What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later.
What's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Q&A show with Q and Anton. Happy Monday. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Make sure you hit the like button because it is free, okay? And we do appreciate you guys that tune into us every Monday night. Welcome to the panelists. We do have some new faces. But if you are interested in joining the panel, you have to message me on IG and just say panel. I will be cycling through new men. Ladies, if you're new and you want to join the panel, please hit me up. We need some new ladies on the panel. But how are you guys doing this evening?
Good. What's up? What's
Doing
up?
good, doing good.
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I see you got my girlfriend on here.
Which one's your girlfriend?
She know who she is.
It ain't
Wait,
me.
is it Dalen or Aaliyah? Because both of them look alike.
Or Mia.
You're funny.
Or all three.
It's funny. Everybody Anton girlfriend, no?
No, that's not true. You special.
Oh, it's Aaliyah. It's Aaliyah.
Oh, it's Aaliyah?
Yeah. I remember,
Well,
I remember the other show. Yeah, it's Aaliyah. That's his
it's
good.
Aaliyah.
Shampoo.
Aaliyah got a whole man.
Thank you. Clock
Anton
it.
don't care.
Clock it, Q.
Anton don't care.
Yeah, less.
Clock it, Q. Thank you.
Exactly.
So he got to bother me. I hope he got him.
Mm-hmm.
No, but welcome everybody again. Welcome to everybody in the chat. We do appreciate you guys here on this Monday night. We are going to start up a conversation regarding liberal whites to blacks. Let's watch this little video and then we'll have the conversation.
I used to be pretty woke. I had the TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome. I thought everybody who voted for Donald Trump was a racist. All that changed when I encountered a Yale study in 2018. The study found that there was a difference between how white liberals and white conservatives talk when they talk to black people. And when I saw the headline, I was jubilant. We got them. That's what I thought. Turns out the opposite was true. The study found that when white liberals talk to black people, they do something called presenting lower competence. They dumb down their vocabulary using fewer syllables than they do when they talk to white people. And white conservatives don't do this. I remember seeing the study and thinking with horror. And we liberals call conservatives racist? What could be more racist than the patronizing view that black people need to be protected from our big vocabularies? Yet it was this patronizing view that minorities are oppressed and in need of saving that I could suddenly see was at play in much of the progressive worldview. It caused me to think, well, if I'm wrong about conservatives being racist, what else might I be wrong about?
Okay, so you have white liberals basically lower their knowledge, how they speak because they're talking to black people. Is that a right thing to do? What do you guys think about it?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not right.
It's insulting.
It's
honestly. Like, it's insulting. The fact that they feel like they have to dumb down their vocabulary or use less syllables.
That
Like,
they, yeah.
like, are we dumb? Like, do they think, like, clearly they think we're dumb.
Too many of
So,
them are, though, when you think about it. Because sometimes I'll be talking to people and they get offended or like have like a attitude because they don't want to admit they don't understand what I'm saying or what people are saying. Now, of course, that doesn't go for all Black people, but typically it's like one out of two chances you'll come across someone of the culture and their vernacular is kind of like, so you have to, but I think that it does come from like an apologist state, or like they feel like I have to save you, I have to speak for you because you can't articulate yourself for yourself. So I think that is a problem overall, but I don't think we can't say that it's not, necessary at sometimes.
I have a question. Do people talk to certain groups a certain way because they are a certain race or from a certain culture or a certain environment?
Yeah, ask Kamala Harris. She did it her whole campaign.
True. True.
She checked.
She did what her own camp.
Definitely code switched when she needed to. So
I think liberal whites they're trying to fit in and they're trying to relate to Black people, so they do that. But they do damage to the Black race because they want to help and in their helping they're hindering the Black community. They think they're helping, but they're actually hurting. Now, conservatives on the other end, they don't give a shit about Black people.
Well, they think they need help, but we don't need help. That's a presumption that we're ignorant and we don't have that we don't have the language to.
I think people who don't try to educate themselves about other people or other cultures, they just live based off of the stereotypes.
Yeah.
They live only on the stereotypes, so then they communicate based off of those stereotypes. Oh, Black people can't communicate, or Black people don't do this, or they only lose this terminology, but they don't try to educate themselves, so their ability or they're trying to communicate based off of those, so it comes across as demeaning. Like, okay, you don't try to understand me because not all Black people communicate this way. What you see on TV isn't always the reality when you interact with other Black people.
But I think it's a misconsumption. I don't even know how to be that big words, but I think that we Black, this is my opinion. I think Black people are the greatest race on earth. Right?
Should have that opinion.
I know a lot of Black people don't like to hear that, but that's what I think. So we have to come to the realization that they're all threatened by us, and it's not because we're criminals. It's because we gave life to the universe. So when liberals want to, they think they try to make us feel like we down and out and we need help getting up. We need their help. And Republicans, conservatives, they they placate us, like they make us think we're a part of them and we could relate with them more than the Democrats. But meanwhile, they're both highly jealous of us.
Shampoo, what are they jealous of, and exactly why do you think we are the greatest race?
I knew
probably the most racist thing I've heard all day.
I knew you didn't like. I knew one of you Black members wouldn't like what I said, but I knew it.
I didn't know.
If this panel was all white, they'd say you are the greatest.
But that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about. You just spoke on it, and now you're saying that if it was an all-white panel, they would have.
You asked me a question. What makes it so great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just said.
So you a Black supremacist? You a Black supremacist? Is that
no. Question, if you allow me.
Oh, sorry.
The reason why we are the greatest, you thinking about money, Dalen. I know how your mind works. You thinking about we ain't got no money. How can we be great? We ain't got shit. I understand that. But My father always told me, if there's an all-white village with all white people in this village, and I come along and I pregnate some of the women in that village, it's no longer all white anymore.
Oh, so it's not the money, it's the dick.
That's powerful. The dick.
It's not the money. See, Shampoo, this is why nobody can take you seriously, young man. That's just the most.
Tell me I'm wrong.
This is a joke.
Don't say that I'm a joke and I'm a clown. Just to
that.
It's a joke. Oh, it's a joke. That's very, very true.
No. Dispute.
I'm going to absolutely.
Don't call me names. Dispute.
I didn't call you names. I said your statement was absolutely ridiculous. So I'm not sure you called you a name.
How is it ridiculous? How is it ridiculous?
Because I asked you why you think that we today, as a Black American race, are the greatest race out of all races, and you brought up impregnating white women.
I'm telling you the power of Black people. That's all. I'm telling you the power and the magnitude that we possess.
So
listen. We gave, I don't know who raised you, but I was raised that we gave life to every human being on earth. That's what my parents taught me since I was a little kid.
And they loud and wrong.
What evidence did they present you with to back that up?
What evidence?
That's a wild claim. That's a big claim to say that everyone.
Who was the first person on earth?
Well, in the Bible, it was Adam.
No. Come on. Don't play games. Don't play white people games. I'm asking. What no nigga? It was niggas in there. There wasn't no Adam in there. There was niggas.
That's
okay.
White people.
There was no white people around then. There was nobody.
And you know just how? And how do you know? Was you there? Were you there? I mean, I know you old, but you're not that old.
I'm not
Who
at
told
White
you
Castle.
that?
I'm not at White Castle, but I know they open.
Who told you that?
I know a lot of stuff that I ain't there. Was you there? No. I saw Denzel Washington's movie. I wasn't there, but I'm not there now. I still know it was garbage. I saw it. What are you talking about?
Room 9. Here we go.
You mean to tell me, Mimi, of all people, you know that how great Black people are. I know you know.
He still didn't answer the question.
I know. I definitely know how great Black people are. And white people. And white people too. My mother is a white woman, so I'm gonna give her credit. Okay. With that being said, I don't think there's one supreme race. That is the example of supremacy. You don't like white people to be white supremacists, and let's not even try to bring, say that Black people are supreme, because that would be the very definition of Black supremacy. That's a double standard.
No. White people. Well, listen. White people there's white supremacists because they know the truth. That's why they whipped you and this and that. It's not because you. No, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Are you?
Wait.
So you forgive the oppressor. You forgive him.
I wasn't with. I ain't no slave.
See? You are. You just said it just now. I ain't no slave. That's y'all. That's why you think like that. You're
I'm not a slave.
But I think there was a point before that.
This is the reason why they lower their vocabulary, because of
because of
that's not lowering their vocabulary.
We fit
one mic, y'all. One mic.
We fit the stereotype. The Black community, once you start using too many big words, they start saying you talking like you white.
Right.
And you love that.
I mean, like,
no.
You take that out.
I think it's been I think people don't realize there's a difference between code switching and then dumbing down your language. You can code switch just to fit in with a crowd. It doesn't necessarily make you think that anybody around you is less intelligent than you are. But dumbing down your language, it would be like back in the day when I was growing up, when you talk to somebody who you knew was like special needs, you would kind of slow, over pronunciate your words. You would make it where it's easy for them to understand, right? And I think that's what happened. People think because you code switch, you're dumbing down. You can code switch and then dumb it down into in different things. But when you code switch and dumb it down, I think this is happening right now. They think they have to code switch and use slang words and then over pronunciate to make sure we understand, because they think they think that's what they're supposed to be doing. But you can code switch without affecting anybody. But what's happening is people over code switch, and then it just starts causing an issue because people try to overly be black, overly be white, overly be Hispanic, overly be Asian. They try to feed into the stereotype, thinking it's going to make people feel comfortable. So I just think you can do one without the other.
But so you making my point. The proof how great we are is how our humbleness is. We don't even think we're great. That's why.
Sound real humble right now.
What are you talking about?
Wait. Jesus, if you believe in that, I don't believe in none of that. But I'm saying if you subscribe to Jesus and his teachings and all of that, if you listen to him, he's describing a black person, humble, give you the shirt off his back. Ain't no white man giving you no shirt off his to you. Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about?
Like, what are you white man gonna give you no shirt off your back? But black people, if you convicted of a murder, what race judge would you rather have up there?
That's the problem.
Really believe this?
That's a hell of a question.
No, it isn't, because you wouldn't want your judge based off of color. Because wait a minute, conditioner. Give me a second. Because
you don't have to call me names, because I could call you a bunch of them.
I think it's funny. Your name, shampoo, conditioner.
You got dark rings around your neck.
Honey,
you should put lemon on there. You should put lemon to lighten it up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I was triggering you. I'm sorry. I like the crazy.
You started it. You didn't have to call me a name.
That's fine. You offended. I mean, you a victim now.
I'm not offended. You are. Look at you. You offended. I got you back. You offended.
I'm devastated. I am devastated. Okay, now look. None of us would decide if.
Listen, both of y'all pay rent.
I don't pay for nothing. Now, none of us would decide if a judge is going to decide.
I ain't paid rent since I was born.
Okay. Because it's a pain in the rear end. But we would not want to choose a person that has a vote in their hand based on their race or their merit, or do they have a good reputation of following the law, okay, and looking at things how they're supposed to be.
Oh, listen, all that bullshit don't mean nothing.
That's why you talk the way you do, Mr. Shampoo, because you don't listen.
I'm super intelligent.
I believe, but you shouldn't want to say, "Oh, I'd rather have a black judge."
She's arguing with me because I'm saying black people are great. She's arguing with me to tell me they not. That's the most ignorant shit I've ever heard. No, they not. No, we're not. Why are you doing that? Just take it. If it's a lie, take it and run with it.
That's not what we came to do. We came to debate.
Run with it.
If a white person said that exact same thing that you just said, this whole panel would be in an uproar.
Because they're not.
I think
that's why.
I think what happened is
we are
every race think they supreme, right?
No,
but they ain't gonna say it out loud. They're not gonna say it out loud. But what happens is some people feel that when white people think they supreme, there's a whole thing of being supreme is we're gonna be up here and we're gonna push everybody else down in order to make sure that we feel good. That's what some people believe. Black people, I can see why they feel supreme because we drive most of the economy, we drive most of the trends that happen in society, and people know that they have to pander to black people to get that trend or get moving. So if I'm a business and I know that I want my clothes to be popular, I'm going to make sure I hit every black person I feel that can push my brand, whether it's in their videos, whether it's in their Snapchats, or whatever it is. And then anyone who is not white, anyone who is not black, who I feel can tap into the black community, I'm also going to push my brand on them to get them to buy it. Because if you look in the market, anytime black people get a hold of something and we want to make it popular, it blows up, it goes extreme. If we want to kill it, we kill it. Just a prime example, when you came to Tommy Hilfiger when I was growing up, when people decided they weren't messing with Tommy Hilfiger no more, and they thought polo was a thing, everybody shitted on Tommy Hilfiger and went to polo. And guess what happened? Tommy Hilfiger has been trying to recover since. The same thing when it came to boycotting, when it came to Target. It was only effective because black people got with everybody else and decided we ain't rocking with it no more. And it fell off. It wasn't a white person. It wasn't an Asian person. It wasn't a Mexican person. It was black people that ultimately said this is what's going to jump. And everybody jumped on it because they felt like if we ain't on board with that train and we're watching it pass us by, then we don't want to be the people left out. So then everybody hops on it, and therefore it gets moving, and then that's what you have when it came to Target.
Kendrick, that's only materialistic things if you think about it. Materialistic things.
Even when it comes to music, even when it comes to music, even when it comes to religion, black people pump religion harder than anybody. I'm from Texas. I'm from the deep South, and we pump religion harder than anybody. We gonna go to church every day. Church on Sunday, choir, you gonna be there, ushering, ain't no gun, ain't no doing that, pinch inside your arm. It doesn't matter. If you look across the globe, black people pump Christianity harder than any other race. And they know that's why when black people get on something, that's why now you look, there's more black mega churches than any other religion out there, any other Christianity religion.
And how is that possible when black people only make up 13% of the population?
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter.
You sound crazy. All the stuff you're saying is literally
two things could be okay with 13% of the population, but how many of that population are Christian? You're trying to stay with 30% of the population, but you're not thinking to.
Country is Christian. This is a Christian nation, and God we trust.
And go look at mega churches. There are more black mega churches than there are white mega churches.
That's not even possible.
How is it not possible?
Mimi, you don't have enough black people in this world to fill in America to fill them.
Tell me how is it not possible?
This is simple math, darling. Simple math. It's only 13% of the population.
It's not simple math.
How can there be more black churches than there are white?
And I said mega churches, and I said black mega churches.
Where you getting your information from, but literally,
black mega churches.
Literally everything
it out of the sky, right out of his ass.
Everything you said is wrong.
Everything.
How's it wrong about?
Okay, so I'll give you an example how it's wrong. Everything that you name specifically, we adopted. We didn't create.
Right.
So
I didn't say create. I said they push it to us for them moving forward. I never said create.
Give me a second. That's why I let you speak, because I wanted to hear your full argument. So, for example, you talk about Christianity, right? We are not the biggest Christians in the world. Matter of fact, when you speaking about Christianity and you only talk about mega churches, bro, there are churches that are much bigger than what's in the black community as far as a mega church. I don't know if you've traveled the country, but I'm telling you that there are churches that are bigger than what we push in the black community. Like it's almost like you got to get out of your you know what I'm saying, your echo chamber to kind of see this. Polo Ralph Lauren was popping way before black people got on it. Mm-hmm. Way before black people got on it. And I'm just being honest. Like, I think we do got a wave. I think that we do have a perspective, but their clothes are not pushed to us. They didn't come to us in order to get popping. White people spend way more money on Polo Ralph Lauren than black people. That's the honest to God. It's a global brand. It's not a national brand.
Yeah, they actually play polo.
As a matter of fact, they don't even listen.
Okay, Mimi.
Ralph Lauren.
I wasn't thinking global. I'm only thinking in the United States because this is where I am. That's why I'm thinking. I'm not thinking global. I'm thinking United States.
You said globally.
White people buy more Ralph Lauren than black people.
All right, but Anton, you will agree that black people gave life to life. Gave life to mankind.
I think we're getting away from the original question. The original question is,
are.
Why do people feel as though they need to dumb themselves down in order to speak to a segment of the culture?
That's because they want to relate. They're trying to relate.
That's not
and it's not.
That's
I don't
not
look at it as
relatable.
dumb. I don't look at it as like dumb. I know what you mean. They placate. I know they do it all the time.
Placating.
But we're saying that she said the Democrats or liberals. That's what she said. I'm sorry. Liberals.
Well, the reason why I think that woke liberals dumb themselves down is because we sell ourselves. I don't think it's them. I think it's us. Because I think
Yes,
that
it is.
stereotypes are earned. They're not given. And I think that we have a segment of the population that sell themselves as victims. We say that we always need somebody to give us something. We say that
reparations.
We say that we can't make it unless somebody gives us diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the worst part about it is that none of it is true.
Right.
We don't need all of this help. We don't need nobody to give us a leg up. We're very smart. We're very intelligent. We have the mental capacity to be able to be successful. That has been proven over a long period of time. We're very thoughtful. We're very giving. We're very, helpful.
Humble.
We have we have more than what we need to be successful.
Right.
But the reason why they dumb us down is because we're voluntarily ignorant. And
they
don't do that with black conservatives. They do that with black liberals because, which obviously this last election, you had 92% of women voted Democrat. You had 78% of men voted Democrat. We sell ourselves as ignorant, and we sell ourselves as that we need help to continue to meet the minimum expectation of what everybody else is doing. And it's really an insult to ourselves, because if the most dangerous thing that a person could be is self-aware that they don't need help.
Facts.
Because the minute that you take yourself off of this titty, this government nipple, you realize your true potential. Right. We literally voluntarily dumb ourselves down, and so we can't be mad when other people try to meet that expectation. We always think that a white person got to qualify themselves to come to the barbecue. Don't nobody give a fuck about that barbecue.
Right. Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they do. The white people do. They love it.
There's a segment. There's a small segment of white people that want to be down. The vast majority of white people
don't give a fuck.
Don't care.
They genuinely don't give a fuck.
They don't even know about your barbecue.
They don't even. Yeah, but don't you think that's disrespectful? That we they father and they disrespect us like that? Don't you think that? Seriously,
this is why people have to dumb down when they talk.
Can you wait? Am I wrong?
That is insanity.
Am I wrong by saying that the first person on earth was black? Am I wrong?
What does that have to do with the conversation?
It means that's how great we are.
It's irrelevant.
That's what liberal people do. They have to change the trajectory of a conversation because you cannot add value to it.
But you see what Anton said? He's saying that's how great we are. Some people don't realize
it. That's irrelevant to the conversation.
There is nothing great about me.
Y'all, we got to do one mic. We can't hear all y'all.
There is nothing great about being too inept to have conversations you should be having as an adult. These people cannot speak. They have poor vernacular, and the proof is
who you be around? Where you live?
It's not about around.
You live in the ghetto. I live around white people.
And this is exactly
why do you live around white people?
Shampoo.
People, because you cannot keep up with quality conversation because you are not a quality man. And
I just said I live around white people.
Shampoo, if you keep with the same argument that black people are greatest. Okay, but if you keep with the same argument that black people are the greatest and we're first people on this planet, but yet the stereotype that we present to everybody else, it's like it's irrelevant to the conversation
that's a small percentage. The people
unfortunately, as a group, as a whole, we present a bad image as a whole.
We don't.
Now, are there segments of black?
That's your segments.
Are there segments of Black people that do not fit the stereotype? Absolutely. But unfortunately, a large majority of us
No, I don't
operate
believe
under
that.
poor stereotypes.
I
Shampoo is
believe
one of
that's
them. He
promoted.
knows.
I believe that's promoted. I don't believe I believe the majority.
Stereotypes are not,
Hang on.
they're earned. Stereotypes are earned.
Right, like they're earned because that's what they're promoting. When you wake up, you see a nigga raped somebody. When you wake up, you see a nigga shot somebody. When you wake
They
up,
don't do that no more.
when
You mean to tell me that
They
all
don't
of
do
these
that no more.
YNs out
what the
here
hell
constantly
y'all
committing
live at?
violence is something we're
What
doing
news
that?
you watching?
No. I'm saying they're promoting that. There's violence all around.
Where? Not no more. Not since Black
You
Lives
think only
Matter.
Black people do violence?
No,
You
but
know that's not the argument. It's
You
not
need a
about. We
therapist, my
already
brother.
know
You
if
need
the
a therapist.
statistics if
You
the
need a
statistics
therapist. You need a
show
therapist.
if the statistics
You need a
show
therapist.
that we're committing more violence than anybody else,
That's
I think
not
that kind of goes
true.
without
That's not
saying.
true. That's not true. You're
50%,
lying.
50%. I think the
Oh yeah,
numbers like we
you're
commit
lying.
50%
nah,
of
he's
the.
right.
How am I
He's right about
lying?
that.
You sound like a
How am I?
motorboat.
He's right
But
about
you
that.
know what I'm saying. Now you got to be
I
joking
don't
and
know
not
what you're
not
saying.
even continue
I
the
don't think you know
conversation.
what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
For then the
You sound like you in the
Shampoo.
1970s.
Come on, bro.
Mike,
man.
was the Mike?
This
the
is
stat that you're referring to-
2025. Niggas is riding around in G-Wagons. Where you live at, brother?
Mike. The stat you're referring to, is it the one that says 13? Like Black people's 13%, but commit 50% of the homicides and the robberies? Is that the one you're talking
I
about?
believe so. The last information I read that the majority of the violence and crimes that we're committing is an
I heard that.
overwhelming majority in comparison to other races.
I heard it too. I don't know if it's true, but I heard it too.
I
That's
think
all.
that data is flawed, though. I still think it's disproportionately high for such a small group.
It's high. It's high. Don't quote me on the number, but it's definitely high.
Math. This is simple math.
No, I think because we have seen people with their mugshots, and we've seen Hispanic people, white people have been labeled. If they're white, they're black. If they're Hispanic, they're labeled white. So we can't always trust a source of data if the data is not always.
That's not true. Not all Hispanics are labeled as white.
So I'm not negating.
I'm Hispanic.
Dominicans.
So they're not all labeled as white.
Yeah, and you think you're
right. Talking about people who have been arrested.
You don't know what I think I am. First of all, I know what I am.
You not walking nowhere saying you Hispanic. I know that. I know you don't say you Hispanic. I know that.
I just said I was.
Yeah, but you tell us because we black. But when you outside, you think you white. I know it.
So, shampoo.
Nobody has ever accused me of being white.
You leave your Spanish out in the car when you go in the store. I know that.
I know.
So out of all the things,
have no idea what you're talking about. First of all.
Shampoo.
You just
based off of all the things that we spoke about, the stereotypes that are pretty common amongst black, us as the culture. Tell me, what is your opinion of all that? Is that us, encouraging those stereotypes?
I tell you my opinion. If you want to hear my opinion, or you just want to play the trumpet, let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
When in all communities, all race communities, there's crime in those communities.
Goes without saying.
But hang on. I know you want to just beat us up, but you're gonna get a chance. I'm just telling you. When you see all the races, there's crime, murder, everything in those communities. Asian, all kind of races. But Black people's crimes and negativity are promoted more than theirs. The reason why is they don't want us to know who we are and what we've done. That's all.
Who's they?
I can't believe you don't agree with what I just said. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it.
Shampoo.
It's unbelievable.
So why does gentrification unfortunately affect Blacker communities than any other community?
Well, that affects us in a good way, because it cleans up the community. It cleaning
up what?
Gentrification is good for Black communities because it weeds out the weak. If you can't afford to live in those communities, you got to get out.
So if the community is in a poor state because of why?
because of the programs, the wealth, the liberal whites are damaging to black people, and Republicans whites are damaging to black people.
So gentrification is affecting these neighborhoods primarily because of liberal whites.
Martin Luther King, and maybe Anton will agree. Martin Luther King was a traitor. He was just like what Anton is saying, that we wanted to get along. We was doing fine until Martin Luther King came along. We was doing fine. We had our own businesses. Here come this nigga, and he want to just integrate with white people. We gotta be next to them. We gotta be next. That's what Martin Luther King did. He was a traitor. That's what he was. He was a traitor. If you listen to his son now, he's a coon too. That's a fact.
Shampoo, yeah.
But you know what's so interesting?
I learned this from my father.
Although I do disagree with Shampoo, I will say that I tell people all the time what Shampoo is saying is what a lot of black people actually felt about him when he was alive. And when I tell people that, people try to act like that is not true. Black people en masse, a lot of black people did not fuck with Martin Luther King when he was alive. I'm not going to say all of them, but there was a large group of people that didn't fuck with Martin Luther King when he was alive. And they felt as though, he was too docile, that he was too, helpful, that he was too, tolerant,
naive,
and that he wanted to integrate, or he wanted to give black people the opportunity to integrate. That part came later as far as how people felt about Martin Luther King. But in a general sense, a lot of black people genuinely did not fuck with Martin Luther King when he was alive, and they didn't even start celebrating him until he died. That is the honest to God truth.
That's how it happens with all.
I can't speak on that.
I feel you.
Maybe
Why you can't speak on that? Why you can't speak on that? You just spoke about.
I don't have the history. I don't have the history to speak on. I mean, if it's true, if it's true. But however, that doesn't negate. That doesn't negate
How did we get here? How do we get here?
It's not even a topic of conversation.
We on Shampoo's train right now.
Right.
You ain't on my train. You're not on my train.
We on Shampoo's train on Tangent Station.
You ain't got to insult me because I said black people are great. You don't got to beat me up.
I didn't disagree with you on that one. I didn't disagree with you on that. I'm talking about the stereotypes.
Get back to the original question.
And like she said, Aaliyah just said, let's get back to the question. And it's talking about why do liberal whites dumb down and speak to blacks? And I think unfortunately
that's not all she said.
But we are giving the stereotype.
That's what I said.
The stereotype exists. And unfortunately, when white liberals choose not to educate themselves more about black people, because we're not all about the stereotypes, not all black people fit all stereotypes. Unfortunately, we've given them stereotypes. So it's like we're wrong for the stereotype, but also liberal whites don't educate themselves beyond what the stereotypes
I don't think that's the
Chinese gave us the stereotype that they fry chicken and do chicken wings and fried rice. They got that. Now you're gonna say no, they don't, because
everybody has stereotypes.
Yeah.
Now what?
But
now we all have stereotypes. Now what?
It's not white people's responsibility it's not their responsibility to try to make it right for us. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I agree with you with that.
We genuinely should not give a fuck about what white people think.
Right.
But two things could be true at the same time. Because we shouldn't care what they think, I don't give a fuck about what nobody think. That's how much I don't care. However, we should still want to educate ourselves because that's what's best for ourselves. You shouldn't need somebody else's validation and permission to educate yourself, to be, know how to communicate effectively. We are our own worst enemy, and then we look to them for validation, and that's why we continue to compare ourselves to white people, when in reality, they fucked up too. If this food stamp shit situation proved us anything, it should have proved to you that they fucked up. White people is in a jam, bro. They fucked up. They don't know what to do. They own food stamps way more than we are. They laid off just as much as we are. And they angry and they upset at the fact that they not making it. They women is fucked up. They men is beta and they gay. They the ones that was the first passport bros. Everything that we and listen, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Talking that shit, Anton.
Everything that we and this is why I'm so disappointed in the culture, is because we have so much more potential, but we hate ourselves and we are our own worst enemies. The funny thing about it is that if you look at the history of this country, and I'm gonna just keep it 100, if you look at the history of this country, everything that we do fucked up is because we adopted it from them. When you think about, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all white people is bad, because you got to look at it on an individual basis and you got to look at it based off of the culture. But if you just break it down, right? When you think about the first women to leave their households and to fuck over they husbands, that was a white thing. And then they turned it, they hijacked the civil rights movement and they turned it into feminism, and they got black women to be the face of it, even though they are the ones that benefited it the most. And then they the ones that made themselves a minority by saying that we should be considered women a minority. Y'all could be a double minority, but we're gonna be a minority and we're gonna benefit off of y'all joining in off the movement. When you think about leaving the households, when you think about welfare state, when you think about passport leaving, when you think about family court laws, that's a them problem. This is some shit that they was a part of, and we made ourselves inclusive of it because we felt left out, and now we fucked up because it hurt us more than it hurt them, because we were smaller parts of the population. And usually what happens with smaller groups is that things affect you exponentially more, better or worse. So when you win big. When you lose big. And the majority of us are losers. And that's why we are now grouped into this one big thing as a stereotype. And we so hateful when another person break out, because then we call them a coon or we say they crabs in a barrel. And we don't truly believe in diversity or really having somebody that think outside the box, because that's the way that you grow. The thing that they taught y'all, and this is the interesting part about this, they taught us to think one way, when in reality, the way that you grow is to observe how other people are successful. Absolutely. And that is what you learn. You take the meat, you spit out the bones, you let them have the bullshit, and you take the shit that's great for you. And so what they taught us to do is have this groupthink mentality and to stay on code. So if I come up with a great idea, because I don't agree with you on this thing, you can't listen to me on that other thing. And then I am supposed to only do it your way. And that limits us, because now we can't even take some of the great things and adopt it, because then you're going to say that you sold out.
I'm going against
That's how fucked up we are. So now when they come through and they want to be like us and they say, well, listen, we want to be liberals, we want to be white apologists, we want to be all of this dumb shit. We think that that makes them valid and that they can now come to the barbecue because we feel better about ourselves, but it don't change our situation. We still fucked up, and they feel as though they got to fit in. So now they code switching, AKA changing the way that they speak to us, because they don't look at you as intelligent. They just want to be cool. Yeah, and if you learned anything about black people in school, in public schools, is that these motherfuckers always doing dumb shit to make themselves look cool, but they dumb as fuck, and it's a diversion away from the fact that they got some other shit happening in their life, and so they making jokes to try to defer away from the shit that they fucked up about, and they distracting the other niggas from learning. I don't think that they are wrong for downing themselves to look cool. We are dumb as fuck for continuing to embrace our ignorance and then validating it, acting like they doing something great by wanting to be a part of this bullshit that we got.
And we pass down the ignorant baton to our children, which keeps the cycle going, and it's never
perpetuation.
That's why our youth cannot read. So we're breeding a new batch of ignorance and abundance, and it just repeats and repeats.
It's being perpetuated.
Now,
the part you guys said about the part you guys said about ignorance, like what parts are you talking about? Like the culture, like the booty hole brown type of shit, like
we're voluntarily ignorant with the fact that we don't want to evolve. Yeah, and we continue to. I mean, if you want to just go all the way across the board, relationships, spirituality. Think about, okay, let's stop there. Let's use spirituality. Let's use something that we never talk about. How the fuck we get so gay?
Well, let you tell it. They copied it from the white folks.
We did.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
So this
The
is my
white,
whole
the
point.
white, the white
When
man will
shampoo,
rape
I'll give
the
you an
white
example.
man.
If
The
you
white
go to
man will
any
rape the
African,
black
if you
man.
go to most African countries, they
they'll
shun
chop their
that
head
shit.
off. They'll chop
oh
their
yeah,
head.
they don't play that
shun
over
it.
there. They don't play that over there.
That wasn't a us thing. That's a them thing.
Yeah, you get
Listen,
casted out.
we didn't even have gay cities like that. That was a San Francisco white left West Coast shit. In a short amount of time, we became gay as fuck.
I'm talking that shit.
I'm telling you the truth. That's just the honest truth. That wasn't an us thing. We were masculine. We were masculine men. We were masculine men that walked around with big dicks and we wanted to fuck everyone. We were looked at. We were worshipped as gods. How the fuck we start fucking with men? That's some new shit. That's some recently during my lifetime shit. That is not no shit that we supposed to be rocking with in recent time. That's a recent.
Because black people, we're conservative. We don't believe in abortion. We don't believe in and like you said, I don't want to disparage gays.
No. I'm a disparager. I do it for
I would too.
about it. Here's the worst part about it. Not only did we become more gay than ever, we went because when we do shit, we go all in. We didn't just become gay, we became flaming.
Well, because Shampoo said black people are superior, they do it better.
Gay. We like, listen, we gotta make it a part of the church. We gotta fly the flags on our church. We gotta do everything.
Black people do it better.
Black women, we're gonna do all of this dumb shit. I'm telling you that this was not us. If you go back and you look at all of the old movies, when you look at like the gay clubs and shit, the discos and all of that, the cocaine, that was a white man thing. That was not a black guy thing. That was never a black man thing.
Studio 54.
But in order,
so when you think about it, I don't blame them for looking at us as Neanderthals because we exhibit Neanderthal behavior.
So are we saying homosexuality is rooted in a race particularly?
You said what now?
Are we saying that homosexuality is like a race thing?
It's like a who?
A race. But you said it wasn't.
No,
I don't think it's a race thing. I think
homosexuality is cultural.
Oh.
Everything is cultural. It's the thing that you promote.
I think it's trauma. Me personally, I think it's a trauma thing. I think it stems from trauma.
Trauma, Aaliyah.
You're gonna get fired tomorrow.
So like rape, some of these little boys was touched on by other men. Like it's just a cycle of,
because they was gay.
One person was touched on, then the person that was touched on touches on somebody else, and then that person touches on somebody else. It's just a whole cycle of trauma.
Here's the difference though, because that's always happened in families.
Right.
It's not
white
right.
or black.
But it wasn't celebrated and it wasn't promoted.
That's the same thing with the crime. Like this guy Mike said, that they're promoting the crime more. It's the same scenario.
The black community is promoting the crime. Do you listen to the rap music?
That's
Do
what
you
I'm
listen
saying.
to rap music, Shampoo?
Shampoo, it's really what
we
it's
promote
really what we choose to celebrate.
In our culture.
Wait, let me land this plane. You said we promote it, right?
Yes, rap music. King Von. We got the what is it? Drill music. We got drill music. What we talking about? They talk about spinning and killing people.
Go down the line how we ain't shit. Go ahead, keep going.
No, but think about it.
It's not about how we ain't shit. This is the truth. This is the problem. This is the problem.
Go ahead.
This is just the truth. It's not a distraction. This is what it is.
So Anton,
this is the music. The proof is in the pudding. You've been sitting here all night talking about the proof in this and proof in that. The proof is this. In our rap music, in our culture, we talk about criminality all the time.
Right.
All the time. We promote it. We push it.
Murder.
Just like Anton said, we promote this stuff in our community.
No.
That's why they look at us like this. This is why they look at us like that.
All right, let me answer.
I didn't ask you a question.
Yeah, but you rambling on with the same shit.
So you've been giving all the women.
You've been rambling all night. You can't let nobody else talk.
You know, we're not sitting around in Thanksgiving dinner. You can't just ramble on.
Was talking. So why
This
you
ain't Thanksgiving?
Me and Aaliyah the same respect? Because you was so tight-lipped like a butt crack when he was talking. Right. But now you want to.
Because he don't respect women.
Okay, me. You right.
That's it. You don't respect women at all.
You shouldn't even be next to me.
I don't argue with men, so I'm not doing that. But it's just that's
you the bottom.
One mic, y'all. One mic. Let's get through this and we go to super chats next.
Yeah, so I think shampoo. There was a question to shampoo. So
she's holding a pencil. I ain't seen a pencil in 30 years.
Of course, that's why you can't talk or read, brother. You need to read.
A pencil for them. They still selling shit.
So before we go to super chats, shampoo.
Ahead,
she said she made a point that we encourage it through our music, through our culture. What's your rebuttal to that?
My rebuttal is to use the word promote. That's where you're getting me wrong. I agree with you that we do negative things to ourselves and yada, yada, yada. But my opinion is that all races do that to themselves. But
you're deflecting. We're not talking about
argument.
Let him finish.
Let him land so we can move on, y'all. Go ahead.
Ain't shit to land. He's deflecting.
I'm not deflecting.
Yes, we're talking about black people. Don't bring up China. Don't bring up Asian people. Don't bring up Venezuelan people. We are talking about black people. Black people.
You know what? Q? I give up. Black people ain't shit. I agree with you, Aaliyah.
Who said that?
You did. You did.
Who said that?
Say it all fucking night.
All night.
All night. Black people ain't shit.
It's not about black people ain't shit. Let's just have the conversation.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know any positive things about black people? Go ahead. Open your mouth now.
We got we got a bunch of black millionaires. We got what we got. Don't you say you live by the white people, so people like you got some money in their pocket.
All you got is money. That's all you talking about is money.
What's going on?
So it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have.
One mic.
With that accent, your accent doesn't sound like money.
Okay. It sounds like New York.
I'm from New York.
Like the project.
You get money in New York.
It sounds like when you take the garbage and put it in the wall.
Yo, shampoo. Do you think it's valid?
Okay, last thing, Titus, and then we go to super chats. Go ahead, Titus.
Yo, shampoo. So I'm not choosing this. I'm just saying, like, don't you think it's valid to get feedback from, or negative feedback to improve upon? Because I think that's what.
No, I do, but not when it's not when it's constructive, not when it's to beat somebody down. Nobody could beat me down. I'm a black man. You can't beat me down.
So for example,
beat you down. This is the problem. You're the example. You literally are the example of what Anton was just talking about. You have to distract. You have to distract the masses. How about you stick on topic? People are trying to learn and hear the conversation. And here you go distracting. Here you go dancing.
You wasn't listening.
Can we keep on a topic? You keep chucking and jiving. Why the fuck we can't have the conversation?
You weren't, because I do what the fuck
you talk about this constructive criticism. You talking about black people ain't shit. That's how you feel.
I do what the fuck I want to do.
You mad that we can't have this conversation? You mad you can't add
y'all,
a coherent thought to the conversation? You can't add a coherent thought to nothing.
You got to
derail the conversation.
You got to dead singer's name. You got to dead singer's name.
To rock the boat.
You got to dead singer's name.
You're the problem.
Okay, guys.
You're the problem.
Let's go to super chat.
How you gonna bring Aaliyah into this?
Aaliyah, you so pretty.
Nothing on Aaliyah. R.I.P. Okay, let's go to super chats, y'all.
Period.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, please.
I believe her.
All production, thank you for the 99-cent ball. K. Ali says, shampoo, what kind of shampoo you use for your scalp? K. Gray says, shampoo literally looks like a well-dressed Mr. Potato Head. Try to unsee it now. Track says, this guy thinks that he's explaining that blacks control the trend, but what he really is explaining is how blacks spend and abuse and waste their money while others invest and grow. Yo, it's Eric says, first humans were black. It says, I don't know, says Black conservatives are willing to compete and integrate into society. Black liberals want to continue to blame everyone but themselves, not like us. Yo, it's Eric again, says them statistics are fabricated. Yo, it's Eric again, says I was always team Malcolm X separation. Lurch685 says shampoo seems to think this is his panel. Shh. Empire Foundation says the news media gives stories. In Chicago, most of the Black communities don't have crime. The identity of non-Black crimes are mostly hidden. Yo, it's Eric says, hi, Miss Q and Anton. Thank you, Eric. Track says shampoo is example of how ghetto Blacks think he's stuck in the past, ignores the present, blind to the future, and uses sign language to talk.
Yep.
All production, thank you for the $1.49 ball. Kwame says Anton is preaching now.
He was.
AR Smitty says we were called homophobic. It says, yo, it's Eric again. Says facts, Anton. The Bible said to do always with sin. Tanya says I was an equal opportunity NCO in the Army, and a few racists would compliment me saying I was the exception because I didn't act Black and I worked hard. The stereotypes exist. Some of us contribute to it. Shout out to your service, Tanya. Nasheed Water says Jim means naked. Greece has an island named Lesbian. Lurch685 says Mimi, how do you wipe with them talons?
Very careful.
Showcase says Anton for mayor next election. 100% Detroit Renaissance 2029. Nasheed Waters says we promote crime and music, but the execs push it. Captain Negro Man says to the topic, whites dumb down how they talk to us because we respond to it. Just look how Democrats talk to us like kids for the past 2 election cycles. Trax again says the problem is that Black people don't fully accept the issues that we have. We are immune to shame, therefore immune to change. Stephen McFly says conditioner needs to chill out. And shout out to everybody with the super chats. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like button because it is free. You know, you don't got to pay for it, right? So let's go to the next topic because women, we are tired. We as women are tired. Okay, let's watch this next clip and see what it's about. Oh, let me move this off the screen. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Women are tired. The feminine is tired. And I have been feeling it. I have been seeing it. I have been witnessing it and having conversations with women who are really struggling right now. From single mothers, too many single mothers I know that don't have the fathers present in relationship to the children or even financial support. And then single women that don't feel like there are enough good men out there to rely on and to lean into during these times. And why I wanted to share this is because it is like this secret conversation that's being had amongst other women. And then there's a fear of vulnerability of exposing that and sharing that women are leaning on women because there are not enough reliable men to lean on. There are a lot of us that feel like we're holding so much for our communities and for ourselves that it's hard to kind of put it down and to rest. Whether it's for they're holding space, other women are holding space for their children, for their communities, for their families, for each other. And it's really hard to feel like there are solid men within our communities that can hold us so that we can rest for a moment. Check in on the women in your communities, whether they're single mothers, whether they're just sisters out in the world doing their thing. To just check in on the women in your life. Ask how they're doing during these times, even at a minimum.
Okay, we'll start with Chris. Chris, the topic she was talking about, there's not enough men to lean on in today's times, and they're leaning on women. Do you agree with her, Chris?
No,
she got meatballs in her mouth.
Mouthful of food.
She over there smashing right now. It's food.
She eating liver.
You said what, Chris? It's okay. We'll go to someone else and then we can come back. Go ahead.
Well, hold on. What you eating, baby?
Sorry. I was watching the thing. No, she's not.
Chicken. Wait. What are you eating?
I was eating a Ritz cracker.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I was going to say she's wrong. It's not that there's not men to be on. They've pushed men away. These feminists, they've pushed the men away. But then they say, "Oh, we're strong, independent women." But then they want someone to lean on, and they say, "Oh, but we want a man, but there's no men." But then they don't cater to the men. They go around in circles. These silly women.
Chris,
Yeah, I'd agree.
I agree with her. I agree.
Huh?
Are you from England?
I'm from New York originally, but I grew up in London. So yeah, I
can hear. Okay.
I have the accent.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Does anybody disagree with Chris?
Halfway. That lady was touching on a lot of different things. I think two things can be true at the same time. I mean, we just spoke to it. Anton spoke to it about the gayness, but I really think it boils down to masculinity and how it's missing in a lot of men. But I also know that there are good men that women, I've been guilty of it, that have not prioritized good men in their life based on things that they can see, whether they're not tall or they're not in shape or they don't have any hair or they have small packages, different things like that. So these are things that I've heard. So
we big overhead.
Big on head. What?
I said we big over here.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, more power to you, Shampoo.
I don't know about down there, but we big up here. Man, I don't know about them niggas.
You gotta chill.
They got nubs. Niggas got nubs.
But overall, she is right. We do need to check on the women. We need in the world, and we need to make sure that they are looked after, they are cared for, and they are valued, because we provide value to each other. So we need to definitely take care of our women and one another.
You know,
I'm sorry. In the video, did she say that women are scared to voice their opinion about how they feel tired in this society?
No,
because that's all I see on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook. Just women just saying how tired they are, everything in the society. All they talk about is they tired of everything. And I don't understand what she mean by women are scared to voice their opinion. Where?
They be saying that they tired of
That's all they talk
That's all
about is how
TikTok
tired
is.
they are.
TikTok is covered with them.
And then she want to say that women is a lack of men in this society for women to lean on. Women don't want to lean on no men. Last time I checked, we was independent women. Last time that's what I was told. I was told that we
Facts.
supposed to be independent woman and we're not supposed to lean on no man, care about no man. We're supposed to be the boss babe and almighty powerful women. That's what
I
I was
won.
taught. So I don't understand what she's talking about. I don't understand. I don't understand what world she's living in, what social media timeline she's in, because that's all women talk about. And all women talk about is how they
look at things
hate
from a
men.
fundamental
So
standpoint.
why would there be any men for women like her to lean on? All she talk about is how she's tired of men. And women like her, all they talk about is how they hate men. And so why would there be any men for at her disposal for her to lean on? Don't no man want to lean on no woman that constantly complaining about she tired and this, that, and the third. She a nag. Don't nobody want to. I don't want you to lean on me. She talking about lean on other women. Don't lean on me. I don't want you to lean on me. I don't care. I don't care that you're tired.
One
Cause y'all,
fundamental
this
thing.
is the life y'all sold me. This is what y'all told me to do.
Mike
Growing up, y'all told me
No,
to
you
be the
good.
strong, independent woman.
I thought you
I
was
don't want to
finished.
hear nothing about
She was
nobody
never
tired.
finished.
I don't care.
Did we gather that she's tired of the poor relationships that we have with men? Because at first it sounded like she was speaking from a tired of having to like put in the same amount of work as men. Because I personally think we don't need to be out there working like that. We need to be in the house, and go outside and do certain things when we want to. That's what I was hearing at first. And then she added the stuff about the kids, you ain't helping out, and all this other type of stuff. So I really want to know, what is the point of her video? What is she speaking to? Tired?
She was all over the place.
Tired of, I
She
guess,
was
picking up the
all over
slack
the
that
place. She
men
wasn't
don't
really like anything
carry.
specific.
But
She was all over the place. But I mean, she even said something like, "Well, now it's women leaning on women," and I'm like, it bothers me because I saw something the other day, and I think the statistics are still true that men dominate pretty much majority of all working fields out there. Anything out there, men still dominate all of them, right? So when you want to talk about women trying to lean on women, whereas the very society that men and women live in is supported
It's
by
supportive.
men, but yet her premise is, well, the women are suffering as a result of it. But the culture is saying divest from men, remove yourself from a man. We don't need a man. But fundamentally, it doesn't support anything like that. But now that women are having to put themselves in men's spaces, and unfortunately, they're getting lonelier and lonelier. Like the other day, I was just driving around and I'm seeing more and more, not older or like it doesn't look like they're drugged or cracked out, but women on the side of the streets with signs. Women on the side of the streets with signs saying, I need food and all this stuff.
Oh, they're not legal citizens.
No, they're white women. They're white women.
Oh, you see one? Okay, well, they
a couple of them.
She couldn't believe that. She out there white.
There are people from Russia that not supposed to be here. I will tell you, seeing the women that have the sign, please help me, I need food, and they got the baby outside too. They be having houses.
Going back to the video, I think that some women, that woman was, pretty. Like she thought that her looks was going to get her through.
Pretty. Her titties was out the whole time.
Trapping.
She thinks that
I hardly could hear.
Her boobs was out the whole time.
It was so boobs in my ear, like boobs.
Somebody in the comments said premature, Cleveland.
Wait. Let me just say. So they think that their looks. Some girls think that their looks are going to get them to a certain point, and when that doesn't happen, they become bitter. She sounded a little bitter. She didn't address the fact that she picked those guys that she was with. She gave them some pussy, and they stayed with her till it was over. Now she's bitter. She got a kid.
How do you know all that? You are making so many assumptions.
Just told you.
You don't know all that.
Did you watch the video? Did you watch it or no? You watched it with your own opinion, or did you watch it?
You're projecting. She didn't say all of those things.
She did not say any of that.
She's tired of no good men. They can't step up. And
that don't mean all that stuff you just said doesn't mean any of that. You just made all that up.
She made herself
a backstory for this lady. She didn't say any of that.
She made herself a victim of her own doing. She's a victim of her own choices.
She's just a whiner.
If you rob a bank, you're going to go to jail. If you pick a person that for his looks, you know what? I don't hear a lot of ugly women talking like her. I don't. I know a lot of ugly women with 3, 4 kids thinking they fly and all that. Where they at? Where the men at? You know what I'm saying? They not talking like her. She thought her looks and her makeup and all that was going to take her to the world. Now she's 35, is drying up.
I promise you, it's a lot of ugly women out here.
Need a cop band-aid.
There's somebody for everybody. Shampoo, you would know.
coming out of you, Mimi, we might need a band-aid.
I might need a what? Say it loud. Say it with your chest now, because you know I'm coming for you. If you
this is dry. This is dry. I got a abrasion.
No, but to touch on the whole society thing, I think it's a little bit on the feminists. Like the feminists, they kind of sold a bill of goods.
Oh yeah.
Do it, and this is what we got.
That's true.
It is what it is. Unfortunately, they made promises. They're like, if you get a career, replace your family with a career, it's gonna be all good. But that I don't know.
No, but I think
well, actually, no, if you think about it, the government actually it was pushed, I think, because if you think about it, the government profits more off of 2 people in a household, taxing 2 people in a household. So if you take the woman out of the household and the what is that, like the housewife position, and you put them out to work, you have more money coming out of the household. That's now that I think about it, like it's all about money, the money. It's like, what is the benefit of having the women in the home if we could just profit more out of putting them to work, just like me?
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that men should be concerned?
Yes.
No.
No.
I do.
No.
Why
I
should
do.
men be concerned, big dog?
It'll affect.
I think men should be concerned because ultimately we're supposed to take care of women. And me personally, because I have sisters, I wouldn't want to see my sisters in this situation. But it's ultimately up to us because we have to start enforcing the family aspect. We can't rely on women to force the family aspect. We can't rely on somebody outside of our own lives to force the family aspect. I think if dudes really sit down and they start showing that when they're talking to a woman that family is the most important thing and start really pushing that besides having a good time, I think things will start getting back on the right track because people tend to buy into plans if they think it's going to benefit them. Just coming back to this about her being tired of this and being tired of that. Women started buying into a plan that wasn't meant for them, and men, we started buying into a plan that wasn't meant for us. The plan for the women was, hey, you don't need them, so go out and do everything you want to do. Their plan was for only a small group of women who were trying to get to the top of something. And then once they got to the top, they were like, all right, everybody else fend for yourself. We don't really care if y'all get equality, if y'all don't have a man, because they already have a man at home. And then men, we bought into the concept at first of taking care of women. And then we were told not to take care of women because we want 50-50. Then men started buying into the 50-50. And then next thing you know, we're here. But it ultimately became, I say that men should be concerned because they know that a man-led household is the strongest household. And once they figured out how to, a man-led household is the strongest household at the end of the day. And once they figured out how to get in the man's psyche to make him feel that he was no longer needed or wanted, it all went to shambles. Just like back in the day with slavery. Once the slave masters realized that they can get the strongest man in the field and buck him and show everybody else that it wasn't worth trying to be big and bad. Once the other bigger men in the field got that and they got into their psyche, they were like, all right, well, we saw what happened to him. We don't want to happen to us. So I think men should be concerned because no revolution ever happens once somebody gives up. And once one person gives up.
What should we do about it? If we should be concerned, what should we do about it?
It's gonna take older men.
Take them to do what?
Hold on. To do what?
It's gonna take. Honestly, I'm a big proponent of mentorship. It's going to start taking older men, going out to these younger dudes and catching them at their very impressionable ages, whether it's the Boys and Girls Clubs or anything like that, and start showing them how men's supposed to move. Because if those men don't know how to move, then it all goes to shambles. Prime example, around whenever the drugs and all that started coming out, and whenever all the stuff that people started realizing, once we take a man out of the household, we can make the household crumble. From that part, once it got in that one man's psyche that I don't need to be there, I can do my own thing. Then the son grows up.
Let me bring it back.
Yeah.
So it's taking us to go out and mentor young guys that are broken from women that are broken from the men that they got with that made them baby daddies.
Right.
That
It
don't
should
make
have
no
been
sense.
the father should have been showing them how to be a man, not the older man.
Ultimately, that's what's going to have to happen. Ultimately, if the dudes,
do you think that that's going to make women to be more traditional and to fix their issues?
Maybe the effect probably won't be seen now. But I think once the older men get to the younger dudes and they started forcing the family type construct, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take some years to catch on, but it'll grow back because when they deconstructed the family household, it didn't happen overnight. It took years and years and years.
You are describing a step baby daddy.
Let me bring it back.
You're describing the step baby daddy.
I'm gonna open it back up to the panel.
No, I just say
I'm gonna open it up back to the panel. I got one more follow-up question for you.
I just say take care of somebody else's kids. I said mentor them. That doesn't mean take care of them.
Do you think that that is going to stop women from having children out of wedlock?
No.
Yeah, because you'll teach a new generation of women what to do, so they'll do better.
How are we teaching a generation of women what to do?
Well, a new generation of boys and girls of what to expect and make sure that they follow those steps to make sure they don't end up in these situations. I do think it's too late to try to do a reverse. So we need to make sure that the youth that's going to grow up walk into a situation with all the information they need to do things appropriately, so we don't have these type of issues. Right now, we're doomed.
So we need men to teach women. We need men to teach men how to be men, and we need men to teach women how to be women. I just want to.
No, I think once you teach men how to be men, they will inherently start picking women who fall in
men
line.
need to teach women how to be women. So women don't have no type of role in this
not
at
teach
all?
them. What I'm saying is, if you start seeing more men that start going up to women, and they start taking a personal investment on their sexual activity, and they start taking all the precautions they can take to not have kids, and once women start realizing that men aren't messing, once they realize that men aren't out being willy-nilly,
The women
It's
said they don't
unrealistic,
care.
but he's not
The
wrong.
women today said they don't care what you think. They don't care what you have to say. They don't care. They don't care what you doing. They don't care what you're trying to sell them. They don't care.
Kendrick, you basically saying that the men who left the men are supposed to teach the new men how to be men.
No.
Grandfathers of men. Like
what I'm saying is, I'm not.
to teach these young men how to be men because they left the men that's leaving the women. Like that makes no sense.
What I'm saying is, ultimately, some men is going to have to step up to correct the problem. I'm not saying go out and marry somebody with kids. If you do, that's cool. That's your choice. I'm not against anybody living their life. What I'm saying is, mentorship is, hey, let me talk to you and teach you things to take home. Taking care of somebody is buying and doing different things. All I'm saying is mentorship.
He's
right.
Mentorship.
I don't think men should care.
How do you convince a man?
Men
How do you
shouldn't
convince
care.
another man to then say, "Hey, I want you to take responsibility for another man's child"?
No.
To then,
I
and then
said
take them on.
mentor is not the same as responsibility. Mentorship is not the same responsibility.
How long is this mentorship program supposed to
Kendrick,
last? And then for it to be effective,
The results are shown.
Okay, a realistic mentor. When I was coming up in an impressionable age, I was around older men who weren't my father, telling me, "Hey, this is how you move when you get older." And they were my mentors. They didn't take care of me. They didn't buy me anything. They were my mentors.
Let me ask you a question. Did you reciprocate?
Yeah.
Did you do
reciprocate what?
What?
I did.
I did. That's what you do now.
I did. I reciprocated by going also mentoring other young men who didn't have fathers.
Pause.
Let me ask you another question, and you don't have to answer this question if you don't
like
want
the
to.
blind leading the blind.
Do you
I was raising men in my household. I'm talking about helping men who didn't have men.
Give me a second. We're gonna get there. And again, you don't have to answer these questions, but I
He
just
looks
want
like Martin Luther King.
Do you got you a fleet? A couple hoes?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's cool. I'm with you.
Good.
Now, why'd you ask that question? Why?
He ain't gonna tell you the truth if he
said,
did.
why did I ask that question?
Yeah. Why?
Because we love hoes, nigga. What you talking about?
You know what?
Niggas don't love the hoes.
When it comes down,
it wasn't a trick question, nigga. We love the hoes.
I thought you were
gonna find the problem.
I think it's very idealistic. What you are proposing, because however, there's a whole lot of problems that existed prior to you or any other man becoming a mentor to these so-called impressionable children. Let's just say these children, these boys are 13, 14, all the way up until 18, 19, 20 years old. How do you then start to solve a problem when they don't already have their father? If they probably don't have their father in life, the mother is clearly not doing her job because this boy is already going down a path that he shouldn't be going down on. Not to mention, you're asking other men who also have children who they need to spend their time and put their own time into their own children, but you're asking all these other men to then adopt some other responsibilities of other men to do that.
Yeah, but what's
okay? What I'm saying is not the blind leading the blind. What I'm saying is I grew up with a male in my household. What I'm saying is when I was a younger kid, I'm not saying when they're 13, 14. I'm talking about catching them when they're in elementary age. and you mentor them, and you
stepdaddy. That's a stepfather. That is a
You're
mentorship.
stepfather.
providing a lot of
Okay,
solutions for men, and I'm not hearing no
I
That's a
solutions
can't.
for
I can't.
women.
stepfather. You are
I
literally
said,
describing a stepfather.
Kendrick, take that back. Take that back.
hey man,
Man.
you know what? Hey man, hey, keep having y'all problems. Don't mentor nobody. Let them run wild and never
You
solve the
sound like
problem. But what
shampoo.
I'm saying is, I grew up around mentorship, and mentorship had a big impact on my life starting from a little kid. My mentors didn't buy me nothing. They didn't take me nowhere. They didn't do any of that shit. They just mentored me on things on how to move in life. So what I'm saying is,
I think that you're a good
can I
guy,
ask you
bro.
one? Can I just ask him one
Good-hearted,
question?
very good-hearted.
Kendrick, can you hear me, Kendrick?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, but take the part back where you said start them at elementary school, please. I'm trying to save you from yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm saying start them in elementary school, as in mentoring them, man. Who would go feel on a simple comment like that?
Would you go to one of them elementary schools and play Santa Claus?
That's one.
Matter of fact, I
He's
coach
right, though.
elementary soccer. I coach elementary soccer, and I coach elementary soccer, and the parents and the mothers who bring their sons out there who don't have fathers in their life, I help mentor them with their attitudes and stuff when we're on the field.
So here you go with
Come
this.
on,
Here
bro.
you go saving. You got the cape on.
I'm gonna tell you why that.
You got the cape on.
I'm gonna tell you.
Anton need his channel. He need his channel.
No, I figured Kendrick out. I figured Kenny out.
Oh my God, y'all!
That's your play. That's your play.
Why do y'all think he's wrong?
Hold on.
You right, like I'm wrong.
That's your play, Kenny.
I know what Anton doing.
Because he know too.
Say it again.
No, because I know that's how some guys be getting on the single moms.
Yep.
They holler at them at the mentor.
No.
It's not about
listen, it ain't nothing wrong with poaching a single mama to at the
That ain't how I rock. When I coach the kids, I coach the kids, but I do it for the YMCA. I don't do none of that mixing and matching with moms and all that stuff, bro.
I think that you're a good person, bro.
So do we have any solutions
I think
for the
that you're
women?
a good person. But I don't think that it's possible to convince a woman not to have a child out of wedlock. Yeah. I'm not about to fucking chase around a bunch of badass kids, bro. That ain't mine. I don't know these niggas. I don't give a fuck about these niggas. That's their daddy problem. That's not my problem. Do I think that dudes like you are a good person? Absolutely. I think that you exercise in futility though, because ain't no way that you're gonna convince a young dude to do something different, and then he still got to go home and deal with his environment and the environment that his mama and his father created. I'm sorry, give me a second, Dalen. You don't know no better. I got you though, baby. I'm gonna let you rock. You can't save these women from themselves. I believe that they have to suffer. There has to be a generation of women that has to suffer, and they have to suffer greatly. The one thing that we know that even the word of God tells us. Listen, one of the biggest one of the biggest things that the children of Israel. A lot of y'all need to go and reread that story. For those of y'all that believe, none of them made it to the promised land. He did away with that entire group of people. Yes, he did. He did away with the entire group of original people that he freed. None of them made it to the promised land. Not one of them, because all of them had been affected by what the fuck was happening. Now, I'm not saying that people can't change. I'm not saying that grace can't be given. But the best that we can do personally is that we have to be the example, but we don't have the capacity or the ability to save anybody. The only thing that we can do is get the beam out of it. This is my personal opinion. Y'all may have a difference of opinion. We can only get the beam out of our own eye. The first step that we need to do is live it ourselves. We had to be the example that we want other people to be. They gonna have to find it. God is the person that brings them out of it. He reveals it. We just have to be the example and the light. So I believe in getting the beam out of your own eye. I believe in taking care of your own family. I also believe that you have to have some level contribution and giving back. You know what I'm saying? That don't have to be your whole purpose, but you definitely can give back in some form. Some people do it through money. Some people do it with their time. You have to have some form of, I call it tithing. Tithing can be in a lot of different ways, and it's a lot of ways that people go about contributing into society.
That's church, right?
But we cannot have this on our conscience like it's our responsibility to save the world. It will kill you. It will destroy you. You will think that you are doing something good, and then somebody will burn you and break your heart, and it'll turn you evil. It'll turn your heart cold. So you're going to have to start balancing it out. And I'm not speaking to you based off of an ideal circumstance. I'm trying to give you wisdom. Wisdom says that you have to pick and choose your battles, that you have to figure out where you can make a difference and when you can't. And where you can't, you got to pull back, and you got to understand that some people are destined to die. Some people are destined to die off. Some people are built to be on this earth, to be the demons, to balance out the people that are that the angels. I'm just telling you the truth. And so my biggest thing is, and I know that I haven't said this in a long time, but man, fuck them kids, bro.
Nah, come on,
Listen.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Responsibility.
I say that.
Fuck them
Yes,
kids.
you can.
No, I'm not taking. I don't play another man's save game. I'm not taking care of another nigga kid. It's a form of
Y'all just made it all about the man.
This ain't that song.
Daddyism.
Children
But
of the
to answer,
future.
but to,
One mic.
You're not talking to a person that's just talking it. You talking to a person that has done it. I've taken young dudes into my own house.
Why?
Because I thought that it was the right thing to do.
Exactly.
But it wasn't.
You picked the wrong little niggas.
No, I didn't pick the wrong little niggas.
The little niggas.
No. The little niggas' mamas picked the wrong daddy to have a kid with.
That's not your responsibility.
Listen. I don't listen to women. Even
Yo, Anton, what exactly?
I love the fact that women give their perspective, and I like the contrast. I personally don't listen to women. I
agree with that.
Fuck about what a woman says.
Yeah.
I know what's right and what's wrong, and I know God has taught me through experience that you can't save nobody. You can only be the example.
We can save the children if you constantly
Jalen,
doing a single.
You gotta let everybody. You gotta let
kids
cannot be saved.
Yeah.
I used to be nice.
Not all kids can be
It's only
saved.
one generation.
You don't know that, Mike, unless you.
Dalen, you just proved it. You just proved it. You just proved it by saying you picked the wrong kid.
You know why we help
One
people?
mic, y'all.
All right, let me really get into this. I was trying to be nice. You know why we help people? We help people to make ourselves feel good.
It's the most selfish act you can ever do.
We don't help people because we want them to win. Most of the time when we help other people, like through some act of charity, when people go out during the holiday season and Thanksgiving and they do volunteer work, they don't do it because they actually want people to win, because it will take a lot bigger commitment. Most people do it because they want to feel good about themselves. That's why they do it.
And film it.
And I'm not saying everybody, because when you do a labor of love, you have to see it through. You can't just bring them in and then you got to let them go. It makes it even worse. You do it even worse. You do a worse disservice for people.
Making a TikTok video.
So I don't give a fuck who agree and who don't agree. But my point is this, is that there has to be, I used to say one generation of people. There has to be at least 2 generations of people that got to die off.
You bugging, man.
There has to be, listen. There has to be like an erasing of
Thanos.
2 generations of people's toxic thinking and behavior that has been infected, because all we're doing right now is passing down generational curses. You can't fix a problem. You have to literally kill it off.
You right, Anton, but you too harsh with that shit, man.
Oh man.
All right.
I don't think he's saying how it should be. I think he's saying how it is.
Do you know why God flooded the earth?
I know.
Why didn't he fix people? Why did he just flood the earth?
Because all of them was bad. They had to go.
But he said he would never
couldn't find
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Why did God destroy the earth?
One mic, y'all. One mic.
He destroyed whole cities. He flooded the whole earth. He didn't go and fix people. He killed it off.
Yep.
Why?
Because they was all evil.
Yeah.
No, let's start anew.
Evil. They was evil.
I'm not saying nothing that's. I'm not saying nothing that's crazy. Y'all just refuse to accept it because you don't want to deal with the reality of what we facing right now. All we own is a pathway to destruction, and I'm just enjoying a ride.
So what's gonna happen to you?
What do you mean? I'm going to heaven.
How you know? If we all go, how they gonna separate us?
I don't know what y'all doing. I know I'm going to heaven.
Selfish bastard.
I was saying,
you know what? Going to heaven.
One mic, y'all.
Going to heaven is a form of selfishness. You know why? Because salvation is individual. It's not a group activity. It's an individual activity.
Yeah, but you got a loving family. You can't be thinking like that. Anton, you gotta tone that down.
Salvation is a selfish act. It is doing what you got to do to get into heaven. That is it. It's an individual activity. This is not a group. This is not a group activity, big dog.
Can't take everybody with you.
He has a responsibility. We all have a responsibility to our family, but at the end of the day, he's got to be responsible to God. He's got to answer to God.
That's correct. All of us. That is 100% correct.
If you don't try to fix the problem, you soon will become a victim of it. That's why.
No, I don't. No,
how do you figure that?
How do you figure that? Wait a minute, shit. You went on CNN or Fox as a commentator once, and I remember you telling.
I went on 4 times, but we'll get there.
Oh, I'm sorry. The one time I saw you were saying.
I just want to make sure that we got my accolades right.
Your biggest fear was a knucklehead breaking into your car, and I'm like, well, that's a reasonable fear, but it's like we have to do what we can do to save our youth, and y'all are looking at it like we don't want to do these bitches no favor. Well, then do the damn kids a favor because they didn't ask to be here.
Oh, I don't.
That's what women always do. They always want to use the kids as emotional manipulation to get a man to do something.
Who's manipulating?
It's always men gotta step up. I haven't heard no women say anything yet because the problem is with the women.
We do. So should we defund Big Brother?
Yeah.
I'm just saying we need to let's get to the root of the issue. Let's really get to the root of the problem.
We should defund Big Brother.
When has Big Brother ever been on the news doing a whole bunch of causing a whole bunch of benefit to the community?
Big sister, little sister.
I ain't never heard of them
becoming
a big, huge benefit to society.
Defund gay brother, sassy brother, all of them.
I might be old fashioned, but if I see a lady, young lady, whatever, and I'm attracted to her and I talk to her and she says she got a couple of kids, I'd be like a little like, oh, really? Like, but if I if I love her from, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna love the kids too. I'm gonna take Nah, man, come on.
You can't love a woman off the rip without kids. Like, that's a turn on.
No, bro. You know, you gotta
men should just leave
you gotta be like Snoop. You gotta kick that little nigga Ford over. Bro.
Nah,
I think y'all should just leave women where they at. Just leave them where they at.
You holding women accountable?
Yes,
One mic, y'all. One mic.
Is that really what you're doing, or are you aligning yourself with what men say?
I think women should be left to be the independent women that they said they wanted to be.
No, fuck them hoes. We're not talking about them.
Independence
also is the reason why we got this problem with the kids.
They're the problem. So who are we talking about? I think men should focus on them. It's always going to be a woman somewhere. Women, it's a lot of women in this world. Men should focus on themselves and take care of the women that want to be taken care of. The masculine one over there that want to work all day, let her work all day. Like don't worry about them. Don't worry about the nose rings, and let's not worry about the cat ladies. Leave them with their cats. Leave them with their problems. Leave them with their working job. Leave them there. Leave them over there.
Okay,
and
so
take care of the women that want to be taken care of. Like
there you go. So the women who do want to be taken care of, the women who are position.
The women that want to fall in line, the women that want to follow a program, the women that want to listen and want to actually be traditional, the
Dalen,
women that actually
what
want to
she's
work
saying,
to fix the
Dalen, hold on.
One
problem.
mic, y'all.
That's who
One
the men
mic.
should work with. Work with the women who want to fix the problem.
That's a
Don't
fact.
work with the women who
Dalen,
are
what
the
she's
problem.
saying is that
Let
the
them be
women,
the
I don't need
problem,
clarity
and
of
that's
what
just
she's
what that
saying.
is.
I know what she's saying, but
Dalen.
you
What
missing it
you
though.
don't
You missing it
understand
though.
I'm
is
not missing it. You
what you
don't hear
don't
what I'm
understand
saying
is
at
You
all.
missing it.
Aaliyah has gone to the school of wifery, hosted by Anton Daniels. Hosted by
Hosting that.
Anton Daniels. Aaliyah has gone to the school of wifery, hosted by Anton Daniels. So
Did she get a diploma?
The women she's referring to are
Degree.
already in
It's a
relationships.
degree.
She's on her way to being valedictorian.
Oh my
They
God!
already in
All I'm
relationships.
saying
And
is
The
that
woman,
you gotta give it an award in person.
yeah, the ones,
all I'm saying is that
In-person
women.
graduation.
I got a trophy for you.
the
I
ones that
know what you're
Dalen,
saying.
the
One
ones
mic,
that
y'all.
want
One
to be
mic.
taken care of, the ones that want to be taken care of, they're
Yeah.
in relationships. They're
No,
with
they're
that
all of them
man.
are not. And that's all I'm
The
saying.
that's you're.
What are you saying? All right.
It is
No, I
impossible.
really don't
If a
know what you're
woman right
saying.
now
Wait,
today,
no,
hold
because
on,
I really
let me make
don't
this
know what
point.
you're
Hold
saying.
on,
So
Ali,
can you
Ali.
tell me
Let
what
me
you're
make this
saying?
point. Let me make this point. Let me make this point real quick,
Wait,
real
but I
quick.
don't even know
Hold
what she's saying though. Like
hold
I
on, real
really
quick.
don't
I'm
even know
gonna
what she's
help you.
saying.
I'm gonna
Because
help
you
you. I'm gonna
keep
help you.
talking.
What
And
what
you
I
what
know
always
that's
she's
why I was trying to stop so you can
Yeah,
actually
no,
say what you got to
let her
say.
finish. Let
Let
her
Mike
finish.
go.
okay? Go good.
I'm gonna
Let
let
her
Mike.
finish.
Mike,
Dalen.
thank you, Anton.
Gotta
Mike,
let her
I
finish.
think asking me a question or were you trying to tell me something?
Dalen, you gotta let her finish.
Mike is about to say something.
Oh, who am I letting
No,
finish?
Aaliyah has the floor.
Okay.
Oh no, I was just saying because I really don't understand what Dalen was saying anyways, like because, so I wanted to give her the chance to actually explain what she
Okay, Dalen.
is trying to say because I don't know what she's trying to
I
say
think that
at
we
all.
focus too much on looking at the women who are contributing to not making sure that their sons, let's just say their sons specifically, are not molded into productive members of society. But I do
Mhm.
also think that there are mothers that always put their best foot forward. We have widows
Mhm.
out here. We have
Mhm.
mothers who have husbands who are pilots, who are surgeons, who work overseas on the road, and they just don't always have that support in the household. I think
Mhm.
that those young boys also can be subjugated to fall into the wrong tracks, and we can focus on helping those households because we can say, you know what, we see that the mother is putting in the work. We can build organizations like Big Brother. We can focus on making sure we can do what we can do as a society and as contributing members of our communities to make sure that our children are going to be productive members of society instead of looking at it through the lens of I don't want to help a bitch out. I don't want to help these independent women out. Well, what about the women that don't have these stupid ass ideologies and being dismissive towards the men?
They
That's
would
Okay,
be in
so wait, really
relationships.
They
quick.
would have
Hard
a
to
man
tell.
Those
dismissive
Hard to
too.
tell.
women would be
One
with a
mic, y'all.
man.
Let
They
Leah.
would.
Let Leah
Titus.
rebuttal.
Point, Titus. I want to hear what Titus has to say. But go ahead, Leah.
No, I was
No,
just
I
gonna
was
say.
just
Let
saying
Mike go.
because those women are not asking for help. The ones that you were listing, the good women, you like, let's take the attention off the problem and focus on what's not the problem.
Talk to her,
That's not
Aaliyah.
how you fix a problem.
That's
You
not
have to
true.
focus on the problem. We
That's
have
not
to
true.
talk, we have to talk about it. Like we can't keep trying to switch the topic and switch
We're
where
not
the
switching.
focus has to be on where the root of the problem is these single mother households, no
Why are they
fathers.
single households?
That's where the problem is. So we have to focus there. You cannot like
Go over
that's like
it.
if your neighbor's house is on fire and your house is on fire, are you gonna go use the water to help your neighbor, or are you gonna stop your house from burning? We have to focus here. The problem is the
I
single
don't think
mothers.
what metric of measure are you using to say that the problem is in the single mother's household? Why do we say, well,
So
the
we all know, wait. So we're not going to be disingenuous here. We
we
all know,
absolutely are not.
we all know
The
that
problem
single
here.
father households, the results of single father households are tremendously better than single
Brother.
mother households. We all know
That's
that.
true. That
So
is
if that's true, then that means, what
the
does that mean?
absence of the father is detrimental to the community.
Now, why is the now we all
They're
know
deadbeats,
that
they
women like
dumb.
to push the father. We know how women are. Let's not be naive to the nature of a woman. A
And let's
woman
not be naive
scorned.
to the
She likes
nature
to push
of
the
men.
daddy out. She likes to use the kids as leverage.
We've seen
We
that.
know that.
We've seen that.
So So if women like to push the men out, like we have to get to the root of the problem. The men are not in the home. I understand you want to like blame men, but women have to take some sort of accountability at some point. At some point, women have to take some accountability.
So
like I just
that's pertinent to them. What you're doing is making sure that you're aligning your talking points with the manosphere.
It's not a talking point.
No,
It's
she's with the man.
Like
she's aligning her points with
the buzzwords y'all
men.
like to use.
She spoke specifically to the point that you made.
What I'm saying.
She spoke specifically to the point that you made. You use women that are surgeons and all of this other type of stuff.
Single women.
And they had whatever, and that had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Yes, it does. The whole point is that people. Well, if we want to talk about absent fathers, we say that they're absent.
That's not that. Hold on, wait.
We talk about single mothers.
We getting away from.
Doesn't make any sense. We getting
away from it.
That do that.
Women are tired. Should we give a fuck?
No.
I say no.
Hell no.
Because wait, but what does Martin Luther King say, Kendrick? Don't he look like Martin Luther King?
You thinking of Kendrick?
That's why we're not
gonna fix the
problem. If I had a dream, they'll say that. Yo, Kendrick, please say if
I don't think that men should care because the problem has grown.
Shots fired.
Men shouldn't care. Men should focus on the women that want to be taken care of. They shouldn't focus on the women that tired themselves out.
Hold on, Shampoo. I get it, Aaliyah. I am very disappointed as well at the amount of women in abundance that have been a contributing factor to the issue that we have now. I'm not negating that, but what I am telling you is that or any metric of measure to say that the reason these households are absentee fathers are because
I had a dream.
Food stamps over these men, or choosing welfare checks over these men, or because they want to be independent. If we're going to talk about fatherless households, let's also address the fathers. Is it real baby mama drama or your own selfishness that won't allow you to be present? That is also what I'm talking about. So I get what you're saying. We don't need to care about the women and saving them. We need to save the children. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saving nobody.
The children are the
like I said, men shouldn't care. Men should direct their energy to the women that deserve it, and the women.
If the woman is destroying the family household by divesting herself from the man, then unfortunately, she made a bunch of decisions, and those children are going to suffer, unfortunately. But however, your solution, Dalen, is let's still help out the mothers who aren't with men, who are not with men, but out here working and struggling, having a hard time. Let's make them feel a little bit better. But what Aaliyah is saying is that if your mindset's already aligned with being with a man, then you will move, and you're going to find yourself in a relationship. You're going to find yourself in a relationship.
I do believe, but how would you find yourself in that relationship with someone is interested? And I never said we're helping out the mothers. I asked y'all that question. Are you thinking we should not?
By helping our kids, you helping her mother.
It's not about doing the mother a favor. It's about giving the kids a fucking chance.
Fuck them kids.
The kids can have a chance if they father is in the household.
Mother's responsibility.
You won't telling me to help another nigga kid.
The kids can have a chance if their father was at home. The kids can have a chance if their mother is not selfish.
To give a point from the middle.
Bitter.
Where his daddy at? Call his daddy.
Dalen, go ahead.
Little nigga daddy.
Yo, from the middle in between the two arguments. What if his family members instead?
They're
dead. One mic, y'all.
You better call his daddy. That's all I gotta say, because I ain't got time for this shit.
That's it.
We just need to call Kendrick.
Already got too many mouths to feed.
He'll save y'all. He'll save all the kids. Kendrick will save all the kids.
No. But seriously, in all seriousness, the only way you can solve this problem is by removing women's rights and taking them back to 1940.
Yep.
And that's it.
That ain't never happened.
That's the only way you can do it, is by taking them back to 1940. If we can't remove their ability to self-inflict harm, then this shit ain't gonna never work.
Voting. That's right.
We wasting our time, and we going in circles because we can't stop women from sleeping with who they want to sleep with. We can't stop them from saying my body, my choice. We can't stop them from having an egregious amount of children.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
saying.
let me ask you, let me ask you a serious question.
White liberal women are the ones that got Mom Donnie over there in New York. They got Kirsten or whatever her name, Kristen Wilson over there in Seattle. You can't stop these hoes from doing what they want to do. You can't stop a hoe from doing what a hoe gonna do.
They not hoes.
You're right. I agree with you. They respectable women, but you can't stop them. So unless y'all willing to surrender your rights, then fuck them kids. Now, if it becomes our responsibility and our responsibility solely because we got all of the power, then I'll take ultimate responsibility as a culture. But as long as y'all can do what y'all want to do, then y'all got to reap the rewards and the benefits for how it is that y'all put yourself in this position in the first place. Don't say your body, your choice, but his responsibility to fix this little motherfucker that I just had. That's your responsibility. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Fuck that little nigga.
Facts.
Super chat.
That is
Facts.
devastating to hear.
Cold.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yo, Mark, you can't go for that shit.
That they love it. I love the kids.
Boo-hoo.
I know what Kendrick's thing is. Kendrick got the, we all got our own way.
He got a cape on.
Of macking and gang.
He wasn't wrong. Now.
He got
a good heart.
He got this. He gets to his a little different than we do. He
has a heart.
Yeah, he pitched and then let me help your son get his lunch today. I got you.
No. He said he wants to. He has a solution to the people say people don't have solution. He did have a solution. You know what I'm saying? It might.
Well, that's what he tell the women.
Not wrong either.
Hey, I got a question. I got a question for Kendrick though.
Shout out to Kendrick Luther King.
I got a question for Kendrick.
Before you leave, Anton, please make him say that shit. If I make the day go down today. Oh God. Please, go.
Dude, we gotta go to the next one, man.
Don't forget. And I ain't gonna forget. I wrote it down. Make sure.
Let me read these super chats real quick, you guys. Tracks. This is just a classic case of women wanting to have their cake and eat it too. They're walking the road they paved and are tripping on the potholes. Empire Foundation says, I see a lot of SpongeBob shaped women with men. Ken the Third says, Mimi, I F with you, but there's not somebody for everybody. There are more women than men. Shampoo, I got $1,000 for you if you can take an IQ test and post results. Joel says, most men don't leave. They are pushed out by incentives of the Great Society Act, family court, and women who took advantage of it for their paper. Ambush Smashes says, Kendrick catching them in elementary school sounds crazy.
That was crazy.
Tanya says, Kendrick, don't get discouraged. You're right. Some will get it. Others will keep complaining and pointing fingers with no solutions. And shout out to Sniper. Maybe it's because I'm still in my 20s. I don't get why older people try fixing society. Be a good person, have kids, raise them right. Half the country loves God and family. The others have mostly gay-sized child list. Demographics will fix itself over time. Joel says, no, the worst of us are not most of the population. It's a small minority getting the worst attention. Lex, please, says, I like you, Aaliyah. Shout out to the rest of the panel. Just my 4 cents says, a cat, Rose toy, and a bunch of bills in her name. Devil Game says, fix your own problem. Okay. Shout out to everybody that sent the super chats. We definitely appreciate you guys. Okay. And on to the next subject with don't be a second baby mama. Watch this clip.
Let me de-influence you as a 29-year-old second baby mama. And I really hate to say this. If you decide to have your baby daddy's second, third, fourth, or fifth child, whatever number you are, typically that child will receive different treatment than the first, unless you're having a child that is of the opposite gender of his first child. Now, I'm not saying your baby daddy is not going to love your child or children that you give him after his first, but the treatment is going to be drastically different, especially when it comes to the pregnancy. If this is your first time being pregnant, I do not recommend getting pregnant by someone who's already experienced birth and life and all that good stuff prior to you, because especially if they are a narcissist, they are not going to want to celebrate your intricacies and the little things about being pregnant and the first time mom. You're just not going to get that same energy. I'm sure the first baby mamas are heading quickly to the chat to say, well, girl, and his first, he loves me. We're not doing that, okay? But girl, do not let the first baby mamas jump you, okay? Because Claudius is kept, he did not treat her any better as a woman. We're only talking about the experience that he feels when you see the child for the first time coming out the womb, just that woo and ah of being a father, you may not get that same sense of fatherhood from him if you have a child that's of the same gender of his first child. I have learned having a child with a man who's already experienced fatherhood, especially if they have a child that's quite older, anywhere between 5 to 10 years older than your child that you're bringing into this world, it's just not going to hit the same. It's just not. That's just from my experience, girls. I'm just trying to help the girls out here. So once again, as always, I 9 out of 10 do not recommend being a second baby mama.
How about not being a first baby mama?
Right.
Like sis is setting her. That didn't even sound right.
Bars in hell.
Why are you even looking to be a baby mama at all, let alone a second, third, fourth, or fifth? That's a red flag to me. Number one, if you've got one kid and or a baby mama, not an ex-wife or but a baby mama, and then that whole thing just sounded
she's already down in there. Like she's not uplifted. She's already down.
I guess if you want to give her some, if you want to give her some grace, if you want to give her some grace, right? I guess the advice is right, but don't be a baby mama number one. But I guess also don't be baby mama number two. Like what she was saying is right. Like don't have a child with somebody who already has a child with somebody else.
Yeah, because
they're not going to really experience it the same way as you because it's your first time.
Makes
Versus
sense.
their second time, this is their second time going through it. This is your first time, so the experiences won't be the same. It just won't be the same.
This really comes to just simply just being
is
intentional.
right.
It's all about being intentional. I mean, women should be more intentional. If they want to be in a relationship, they want to have kids. If they're not having kids, to be intentional on who you want, what you're trying to achieve out of life. Now, okay, I think unfortunately, women becoming second baby mamas just means that you're choosing that man in most cases, not all cases, but in most cases, you're choosing that man based off of superficial qualities. Superficial qualities, oh, he's cute or he looks good or he has this or we've had sex multiple times or whatever the hell, money. It's superficial. It's superficial. And unfortunately, now, because you chose off of superficial reasons and that relationship did not manifest into marriage or commitment, so on and so forth, now you become the second baby mama, but it started with how you chose that man in the beginning. Now, I'm not saying that man is bad because he has children. It's just women aren't moving with intention. They're not moving with intention at all.
I think that she can. What was he saying about loving kids?
Well,
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Men aren't either if they're having babies by women that they're not married to. The men, men are still impregnating the woman.
Wait a minute, Mimi, they gonna jump you, girl, because they gonna say she could.
They can jump me if they want to. I'm staying 10 toes down on what I'm saying. I don't care what these people say. It's the truth.
You big enough to handle them?
I sure am. And
Yo,
big enough
Q,
to handle
who was
you.
that? Oh, Q to kick somebody out the bedroom. Nigga came in there swinging like a Jamaican.
Oh my God!
No, but I
thought you had a snake.
To Mimi's point, I mean, like Dalen, I'm not gonna jump you, like Dalen said, but they did sleep. They did choose to sleep with a man that got multiple kids, or other baby mamas. They still made that choice to lay down in that bed. So like.
I'm saying that she became a baby mama to begin with, the number one baby mama, and the man slept with her and got her pregnant, didn't choose to wear condoms or anything, knowing that he wasn't married to her. So I was speaking more on the sense of it took some, both of them became baby mama and baby father first time, just by having sex with each other. They weren't married. So, that was a choice that a man made as well.
Mm-hmm. So, not moving with intention.
Neither one of them was moving with intention in that to become a baby father and a baby mother.
She was simply saying that try not to have, what she was saying. So, because that person is not going to feel the same, which could be true, but that's all up to her. If she's with somebody that has kids, then that's going to happen.
I think that's all nuance, because it's irrelevant on how you're going to be treated. Like Mimi was saying, the biggest problem is that you're choosing to become a second baby mama. How that all results, how that all transpires after the fact is irrelevant. How you going to be treated if you choose to become second baby mama? You're not going to be treated as well as the first baby mama, whatever the hell. That's like stupid.
She was talking about the kids.
Oh, okay. Well, either way,
a relationship. She said the kids. She said they're not going to feel the same experience as that's my kid because he already got some.
But I don't think that's accurate either. I mean, just because people have multiple children by the same woman, it doesn't mean that you don't have the same experience with every child when they're born. I think that's her issue. I don't think that that's true in general.
Of DNA, I think it's too much.
Too much. Anton living somewhere with exposed pipes. You know, he got some money. You see exposed pipes and shit.
I don't think she should have been given advice. That's nothing to advise on. I mean,
and nobody should take her advice either. I'm not taking advice from nobody's baby mama.
Let me ask y'all a different question related to it. Let's not say baby mama, right? We can label it however we want to label it. Let's say a guy already had a child and then he gets married or he get into another relationship and he loved a woman and all of that. Should the woman have a child with this guy?
No.
He wants to. If he wants to have a child,
yes. No.
You agree to marry him, you get that husband what he wants. Because I tell you right now, my man proposed to me, he wants 10 kids.
Wait, say it again. Say it again, Anton. Let me listen to you.
Yeah, I need to listen to that question.
That's what you said. If he gets married,
no, I want to hear Anton say it. I don't want to hear you say it. I want to hear Anton say it.
Hold on, Anton. You saying that if this man he already got kids, but then chooses to marry another woman, and the decision is whether for her to have a kid by him or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's say he got a kid. Whether it be a previous kid from a previous relationship.
Did she got kids?
I don't know. No, let's say she don't.
It would be her first child.
Let's say he got a kid. Let's say a kid, right? He has a kid, and it's from a previous relationship or a previous marriage. Should the woman have his child? And if she has his child, will he be there? Like, will he treat the child better?
Absolutely.
Worse or equal to the child that he had previously?
I think he'll treat his better.
I don't think so.
That's circumstantial. This is depends on the situation.
Yeah. And he chose to ask that woman to marry him. So it's not too far-fetched to say that he would assume to have more children. And now you would have more children with this wife. Because now I'm going to throw some context in there and say the previous wife died in a horrible fire.
Wait, he was married before? I thought he just had a kid.
Nothing to do with me. Having his child.
He changed it up. He said it could be like he could have been
married.
Is it possible?
Here's my question: is it possible for the guy, or is it likely for the guy to treat the kid
absolutely
good, better, or equal to the previous kid that he has?
Well,
depends on the prior relationship.
Yeah, but your kid
it's on a relationship.
Anton,
it's on a prior relationship. Like Mike said, it's on a prior relationship.
No, your kid is gonna tell you that, Anton. He's gonna say, "Yo, I'm your son." They not, you know, he gonna do that to you as he get older. Like when he get 9, like, why you get? I get the best shit.
I think what Mike said though, it's gonna depend on the prior relationship. If the woman that he was with before they have a terrible relationship, he naturally going to treat the kid he has with his wife way better if they're in a loving relationship.
I think subconsciously. I think
that's what you would do. That don't mean that's.
It doesn't mean that this. I don't think this is the rule of thumb. It's just subconsciously. If you had a bad relationship, you had a child in a bad relationship. Now you jump into another relationship. You think you might I think the man might, in some cases, might subconsciously show more love and treatment towards the new child in the new relationship, even potentially in that marriage, subconsciously.
That's
because you associate all the baby mama drama to the previous one.
That applies to stepchildren. That applies. I think
you're the same household.
Applies to stepchildren that are being brought in by another woman.
It depends on the relationship, Dylan. It depends on the relationship. Regardless if it was a relationship and you weren't married or you were married, depending on how that relationship ended, that could subconsciously cause him to then negative. Huh?
You got kids?
Yes, I have 2 daughters.
You ain't got to answer that.
I don't care. I got 2 daughters.
But
you got 2 daughters?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think Mike is got 2 goats of a negative relationship. I'm speaking from a widower. And Titus, what were you speaking of a position?
That's not the question that I posed.
I know, but that's the only way Mike is answering your question in the manner only he can.
She made it into her question.
Relationship. I'm not thinking.
I didn't say nothing about a widower. I said
I agree with Mike.
If he had a kid in a previous relationship, and he gets into a new one, or he get remarried or whatever, will he treat the kid? Is it a possibility that he gonna treat the kid equal or better?
Absolutely.
Than he treated the first.
So you don't care about if the wife should have the kid or not? You don't care about that part of the question no more?
What do you mean if the wife should have the kid or not?
Because you said, because I thought you was asking if he chooses to marry another woman, should she have his kid? Should she have a kid with him?
But it's all based off of the whole premise of, do you think that he will treat the kid if they had one? Because she has to make a decision if she want to have a kid with him, right?
Right. So I was just asking, is that part still part of the question?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, 100%. Because the reason why it matters from that part matters is because you have to speak on it from a woman's perspective.
Okay.
Right? I'm posing a question from a man's perspective, but I would think that the women look at it differently, similar to the way that you framing it, because they would have to be the one that say, yeah, I want to either rock with you, or I don't want to rock with you, or I want to have a kid with you, or I don't want to have a kid with you.
I think people should. I think people should marry or date equally. I don't date men with kids. Period. Because I don't do well with you can't come this weekend because you with your baby mama. I don't feel, because I don't have kids, so I don't feel like I don't have to do it. So
That's
not
called
doing
moving
it
with
either.
intention.
I just feel like it's started. Let me talk, Shampoo. Damn.
Be so picky.
Damn, you talk so damn much. You don't have to always cut people
You
off.
never talk, huh?
Let me finish my thought. You just interrupt every time. Stop being feminine. That's a very feminine trait.
Ain't nothing feminine about me.
You're right. The way you're acting right now is very feminine. Okay, can I please finish what I was saying?
Y'all do one mic, please.
Georgia Wheezy.
Let me finish. Damn. I don't feel like
That's what
I should have.
Say. Let me finish. Yeah, I can get the hell up out of here. Let me finish on your face.
Okay, Daniel.
Look at that. Shampoo hilarious.
I want to hear it, Mimi. I want to hear what you got to say, girl.
Won't you just come on here?
Mimi, you know what, Mimi, though? Mimi, you know I love you and I rock with you.
Cool.
I don't believe you, baby girl.
You don't believe me? That I don't date men with kids?
You need more people.
I think you'll go for the right one.
If it was a man with a child, would I go for the right one?
Yeah, I think that you'll make an exception for the right one.
I never said I wouldn't make an exception for the right one. I said I don't go for men with kids.
No, I feel you. I
don't look for that. Like I'm not like
feel you. I
try to
believe you
avoid
on
it.
that front. I just think that you would make
accept it.
So like I'll tell you why I say that. See, I would never make an exception, and I think it's different for guys than it is for girls. But let's just say hypothetically I was in that position. I would never make an exception for a woman. I don't give a fuck what she do. I don't care how bad she
How much you love her? What if you loved her?
I would never get there.
No amount of love in the world.
I would never get there. I would never put myself in a position. Well, let me rephrase that. If she had a grown kid that ain't around.
Now see, you got okay.
Because I think that, one day I'm gonna be 60. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm gonna be whatever, 55, 60. And I think that the circumstances would change. But in a general sense, I would never, ever, under any circumstance, consider ever marrying a woman that has a child that is in school, grade age, that live with her under no circumstance.
But let me tell you something. I'm 60.
On the flip side, I think that a woman is gonna go for the right guy.
But that means Mimi would have to make herself available for a man that already has
children.
You
would definitely go. You would definitely go.
Would you do that, Mimi? Like if he had all of the qualities.
Let's define what is the right man. Like what?
The man that takes your quality.
That's your definition of the right man.
If you have to ask that question, you going.
I'm not saying I never said I wouldn't. What I said was I don't date men with kids because I'm not trying to get myself involved in that type of drama. It's drama for me. To me, it's drama.
That's
It's
contradiction.
unnecessary drama for me. I don't want, and I don't want to share my I don't want to share my children with somebody else's, or another woman and having to deal with all. It's just too much. I've seen it. I've been through it. I don't want to deal with it. I just personally don't want to deal with it. So
I don't think we
you've
discount
done it
that. I don't think
before.
that's being discounted. I think the matter is that, okay, you don't go for men that have children, but
Right,
however,
I think that
the
the right
right
way
one
to
that comes
frame it is that
along,
she don't have a preference for guys that have kids.
I don't have a
granted,
preference for it.
granted,
That's what
but
I mean. I don't
okay, so
prefer
that
men
makes
that want
sense.
to look
Say
the
that.
So
other
that's
way.
that's a better statement, because if that right one came along,
Yeah. And the right one is all of them.
I ain't say
Yeah,
that.
she's just saying it's not a deal
No,
breaker. She's
there
just saying
ain't
it's
no
not a deal
right
breaker, but for
man.
most guys,
There
it's a deal
ain't no
breaker.
right
No,
man.
I understand what she's saying. I mean,
Ain't
in
no
a
kid.
generally it makes sense. I just think that women are more likely to make exceptions for men than men are to make exceptions for women.
It's a lot of men out here dating women with
I
kids.
didn't say. I agree with you. I think it's a lot of guys that's going.
If
It's
they can't
less
get
and
it,
less every day as they educate themselves.
if
But
they can't get it,
it's just more likely for a woman not to trip over a dude having kids.
They can't what, Titan?
Well, I'm not one
no,
of
I
those.
said if they have less available, if they have less options available, they're gonna go for what they can get. Usually,
You can fall in love with a woman with kids, and I don't know, you just be with them. That's all.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. If you don't have no kids, you shouldn't date nobody. You shouldn't marry nobody with
Thank
no
you.
kids.
I
Like
agree. 100%.
not even one. Not
No, but
even
I do
one.
think that. I mean, I don't.
It depends on
The
the caliber.
problem with the problem with guys is that they get caught up and they can't.
Yep.
They start falling in love and shit, and that's the biggest problem is that they can't control.
Come on.
But the flip side is, a woman with kids is a good time.
Yeah.
What's that
And then
mean?
a woman with
Please
kids can turn into a
elaborate. What do
long
you
time.
mean?
She'll do anything.
Yeah, what that
A
mean?
woman with kids can turn into a
She'll
long
do
time.
anything for
No, I don't say they'll
satisfaction.
do anything.
I think we all could use our
Leah
thinking
putting
caps.
words
We
in
know
my
what that
mouth.
means.
She gonna do
with
anything
kids,
to
flop your
have a good
knob.
time. She gonna have a good time
She
before the
she got
kids
she
gotta
got
get up
experience.
and she gotta,
She
be
got
a mother again.
experience.
She gonna have a great time in the nighttime
She got
and then
experience.
gotta
I didn't say none of
wake the
that.
kids
I
up
didn't
for
say none of
school
that.
in the
You ain't
morning.
have to say it, Anton.
I didn't know. That's not what I mean. A woman,
That's what I mean.
a single mother is a hoot and hollering of a time. Like
Exactly.
Right.
Oh,
Elaborate, please.
Why
Elaborate.
she a
Yeah.
hoot? Why is she a hoot and why is she a holler?
she's she's
Come
hopeful.
on.
She's hopeful.
what? Who's hopeful?
Hopeful.
She's
So
hopeful.
she's dumb, in other words.
No, I didn't say that she was dumb.
No, I wouldn't say
She'll
that.
let you do whatever you want to, or what?
She already did
Well,
everything. She already did everything
all
prior.
women will let you do what they want to. That's not the
Why
She already did
are
everything
y'all
prior.
saying that? Why do you think just because a woman has kids that she just loose and out here just fucking everybody? That's not
Come
She
on
got
now.
kids.
Come
She got
on. You can't be
kids.
naive,
They
Mimi.
are the proof
You
that you
can't be
are like
be
that.
naive.
If you
Where are
got
you getting this
multiple,
from,
wait,
Mimi?
no.
Who said
Let's
that?
really break it
no,
down.
like
Let's really break down the baby mama.
she's
Let's
a
break it
like
down.
she a hoe. She's already done
We could
everything.
break no, but let's
Look,
break it
She's
look.
down.
already done
If you
Generally
got
everything.
multiple
speaking,
kids, if you got
With all
multiple
due
kids
respect, Mike
with
got kids
multiple
out of
baby
wedlock. With
fathers,
all due respect, Mike got kids out of
Yeah.
wedlock.
Well,
Mike,
Mike,
you do? Mike,
With
I
all
thought
due
you was married, Mike. I thought you had a wife.
Actually,
he's
no.
He
projecting
got a
all
wifey.
night.
You got two baby mamas?
Projecting all night.
No, I
got
was
two baby
married. I was married once. I was
Oh,
married
they
before.
don't count. They don't count then.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Huh?
so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but you had kids with your previous wife, right?
Yeah, but he's not a baby daddy. He was.
So you didn't. So you
No,
didn't have
actually,
kids.
no.
He is a
Hey,
baby
no,
daddy.
He is
no.
now.
No, I
He's
am
a
a baby
baby
daddy.
daddy.
No, he's
I'm a baby daddy.
divorced.
you don't.
Wait.
I am.
Listen,
No.
hold
That's
on.
not how
I
that
want y'all to understand something. We keep putting this criteria. If you are not married or with the woman that you had kids with, you a baby daddy.
Baby daddy.
No,
Yes.
I ain't one of
if
them. I
you
agree
were
with that.
married,
Yep.
if you were the
Yeah,
husband, you don't go back down to baby father. That's
No,
not how
no.
that works.
Exactly.
Like
I
that's
had.
not how
No.
that works. You don't just you
If
go up,
you are
you don't go
divorced,
down.
if
You
you are
it's only going up,
divorced,
you don't go down.
if you're divorced, whatever,
You
are a
divorcee.
you're
But
a
the
baby
marriage
daddy.
still.
You're a
But
baby
Anton,
daddy.
you can't
That's not
treat
how
him
that
the
works.
same. Not treat, but he's not equivalent to a guy that had a child out of wedlock.
No,
That's not. There's not.
He's still her baby daddy.
That's not what it doesn't matter.
He's still her baby daddy.
They talking.
You are my
this
baby
is
daddy.
literal.
No,
you
that's
are literally the baby
ex-husband.
father.
Ex-husband. They're not going to call him baby daddy. That's the ex-husband.
Daddy.
Promise you, they call him baby
literally
daddy.
the baby's father.
Oh, let's say my ex-husband. I think
You're going to say ex-husband.
Yeah.
Family, y'all listen. Y'all can try to frame it how you want to. But he got the exact
father.
same. He has the exact same rights as a nigga that got her pregnant and had out of wedlock. Has the exact same rights.
I agree.
The exact same situation. Him and the nigga that got her pregnant out of wedlock. After divorce, respectfully, and I'm not dissing you, Mike. I'm just talking about the circumstance. That he is in the exact same position as the nigga that got her pregnant.
Now hold on.
There is no difference.
My wife, hold on. When I was married, she had no kids. I had it now. And now I ain't gonna lie. I was married. I got another baby. I got two baby mamas. I ain't gonna lie. I'll give you two.
What I'm saying?
Baby mama. See? Baby mama.
No.
Why is she a baby mama and not your mother?
Stop.
I can smell baby daddy.
Wait, Mike. You see how they switched?
He had a wife.
See how they switched up on you?
Yeah.
First, she was an ex-divorcee. Now
I
they
didn't switch up on you, Mike.
The titles. They want the label.
I didn't switch up on you. Don't let him do that.
Y'all do one mic, please. We can't hear all y'all.
Why y'all acting surprised? Y'all don't see this nigga with the tattoos on his arm and shit?
That's the stereotype.
What?
Army. He could have been. He looked like a vet, but he never said that he had a.
Y'all don't. Wait a minute.
What you trying to say, Anton?
He's stereotyping you right now.
You my dog, Mike. You my dog. But this is why I don't. This is why women need covering, because I knew you was a 2-time baby daddy just by the time you came up on the panel.
How? How'd you know?
Now I'm no hater.
I don't judge a book by a cover.
I'm no hater, so I'm not. But y'all brought it up, so now we having a conversation about it. Mike is the classic baby daddy.
Simp.
Unfortunately, it's true. No.
Simp is crazy.
So is it a stereotype or is it true?
It's still a stereotype. He looks like a well put together.
It's not a stereotype. It's true.
He looks like a well put together.
Why did y'all get divorced?
No.
Stay out of his business.
Mike, why'd you get divorced? Come on, if everybody knows it's you, why you get divorced?
We good.
Let us in.
Hey, Shampoo been trying to go after me. It's just the beginning of all this, bro. Shampoo is I'm about to get this nigga. Wait, hey, why the fuck you get divorced?
I can't fathom getting divorced. I've been married 30 years. I can't even fathom.
That is a good question, though.
Cheated on who? Did she cheat on
She cheated on you? That's the worst. She cheated on you?
She didn't cheat on him.
That'd be the worst.
We don't know that.
He cheated on her. Guarantee you.
If a girl cheat on you, you whack.
Damn, Mike, how you let them rope you in like this?
If a girl,
you notice I ain't responding to the question. I don't care. I can't be offended. You couldn't offend me if you tried. I don't care.
Yo, when dudes be like, "Yo, my wife cheated on me," I be looking at chicken like, "What? Whack, nigga. I would have divorced you too." Ass nigga. Where's your wife, man? We want to get me and Anton want some. Nigga, where's your wife?
That's why he laughing so hard.
Yo, Angie, take the front, I'll take the back.
Nah, stop.
Oh shit.
You wrong. Nah,
shit. That was funny.
What's the question?
Mike, what you do to that girl, bro?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mike, why you break that girl heart, bro?
Cheated on him.
Did you get the other girl pregnant and that's why you got divorced?
Oh hell no. No, I didn't do that. No, I got divorced. No, I cheated on her. One time.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely cheated.
Yeah.
Damn, Mike.
Okay, I take back what I said.
That's fine. I already accepted it before the truth came out. I already accepted that shit. I don't care.
Predictable. You predictable.
Yeah,
Mike,
but
Mike,
No, one person at a time. He can only hear one of y'all's questions.
Mike,
Hold on,
let me give you some advice.
Shampoo already heard you, man.
Wait, let me give you some advice. The next time you cheat,
I am not listening.
Don't neglect your wife. That way she will never know you cheated.
Okay,
If you're
Damon, go.
neglecting your wife, she gonna get suspicious. You gotta
I'm tired
treat
of listening to this old Negro. Go ahead, David.
Hey, hold on. All right, Mike.
I just wanted to get a perspective from a married man's
Mike.
Wait a minute, Anton. I really
got to let up on
Dalen,
Mike.
this is not a Dalen conversation. This is men are in the locker room. Be thankful you have a peek into our conversation.
Exactly.
Facts.
So
Mike.
Yeah.
That ain't even a question of if you cheated. We already knew that shit. Like I knew that right away.
That's me.
How you get caught, my nigga?
Yeah.
Because y'all always get caught.
Mike, how you get caught?
Hold on. Didn't get caught.
You ain't spray that black shit at the top.
Oh, so you never got caught?
Wait, that doesn't make any sense because you said you got a divorce because you were cheating. So why did?
That don't mean he got caught.
That don't mean he
got caught. Don't mean he got caught.
I told her.
As you should.
Oh, you didn't like her no more.
Yeah,
I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah, he was done with it. He was
done with her.
I told
Was
her
it with
about
your
it.
baby mama?
Huh?
Was it with your baby mama, the first one?
That was my wife. Yeah, I was married first.
That was his wife.
Oh, that was his. Oh, okay.
Q, are you
I thought
asking?
he said he had a child, then got married.
Hey, Mike, shout out to you for not getting caught though, bro. That's epic.
No,
wait, I got a question though.
I would have never
made
gotten
you,
caught if I would have never said
Michael, what made you tell her?
Michael.
I'm sorry,
Huh?
Mike. Sorry. What
Is he
made
a
you
good
tell
man?
her?
Is he a good man?
Yeah,
He cheated. What do you mean he's a good man? I'm confused.
Oh, hold up now.
Oh no. He didn't have to say nothing. He did the right thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What was the reason for telling her? I just want to know.
Shit. I actually cared about her at the time. So I was like,
Oh.
Good job, Mike. And I'm
Very
with you on that, bro.
But the good question
Not
is,
enough to
what
cheat.
makes a married man step? It's one thing to cheat on your baby mama or your girlfriend or just some chick you're texting or whatever the hell. But when you make that commitment, I'm not knocking you.
Oh, come on.
See, this is why we don't include
David,
women.
you're speaking from you're again. You come from an idealistic. No, listen to me. Listen to me. I know what your question is. I know what your question is, and you're speaking from an idealistic mindset.
No, I'm just like, what makes a married man? Because we understand why men cheat when they're not married, but when you go as so far as to go to the altar before your family and friends and really make that commitment before God, I want to know.
We always talk about God on here, so now we're not going to talk about God.
Y'all a bunch of heathens. That's what's wrong with you.
I mean, we all know.
Mike, they trying to hold you accountable for something.
No, I'm not.
But you know what? You know what's funny? You can't hold me accountable because I hold myself accountable.
I don't want to hold him accountable.
You can't hold me accountable. But you see, you're asking me questions as if, Mike, how come you didn't think about Jesus in the moment? How come God went on top of your mind? And how come you didn't think about this and this and that and everything else before you did this and before you did that?
Ask her why she ain't got a ring on her finger.
That's not what I meant.
Oh my gosh.
That's not what I meant by that.
Ask her.
That's not what I meant by that. I was asking, like, really, for a married man, what has to go wrong or what has to be imbalanced for you to say, you know what?
And you just by that question alone, you answer your own question. By that question alone, you've answered it because a lot of things went wrong.
Something's missing.
But maybe I'm prying too much, and I don't want to offend you, but it
you ain't offended me
because I can understand why men cheat when they're not married. Because
somebody walk past you.
It might be the same. If you
wait, can you answer? Could you give what that is? You said you understand why they do.
You understand?
How are you cheating if you're not married? That don't even make sense.
Well, I know you don't believe.
Yeah.
No, as a whole, people believe if you're in a committed relationship, cheating is cheating. But I get.
Yeah, I believe that.
No. Because, and let me tell you why. Because she picking and choosing when to weave into the God conversation and when not.
No,
no. Don't say you can't start bringing spirituality into it.
That's not what I was
doing. And then want to say some people cheat when it, like, either you married or you not, when you want to apply the cheating label. You can't pick and choose.
Okay, then. So what makes a husband cheat on his wife if you've already committed to that relationship? And it's not to throw you under the bus or to say you're a shitty person. It just means once upon a time said it's you and only you So what changes in a man's mindset, whatever goes wrong, to say
Her.
I'm
Mike's lawyer.
Okay, Lawyer Daniels. Instead of asking
I'm Mike's lawyer.
Anton, you've been married for years.
I'm Mike's
you don't
lawyer.
even cheat.
Instead of
I'm Mike's lawyer, and he's taking ownership and responsibility. He got this. He good.
I get it, but if he was gonna say, "Hey, you know, let me tell my wife because she's a good woman and she didn't deserve this," what makes me question?
He never said
he
you
never
add words
said
in.
she
That's
was
the
a good
problem.
woman. He just said that he told
you
her.
add words in.
She is a good woman. Otherwise, he would have kept cheating on her.
How you
Look,
know
you just
she a
saying
good
so.
woman?
See, listen.
That's
How you
very
know?
assumptive.
The minute that you remove, the minute that you stop being emotional, like you the one that got cheated on, then you can actually ask a reasonable question. Why are you so emotional over this shit?
I'm trying to ask a reasonable
Because
question.
it happened to her before.
It's a reasonable question to ask a husband why cheat
You
on
listen to
your
a
wife
strong
and
woman.
later versus asking your wife for a divorce initially.
I think the problem is the premise of your question. You're assuming that she was a good woman and he's a man that did her wrong.
Okay, well
So,
let's just say she's not.
Unfortunately, Dalen. Unfortunately,
divorce. Why not ask for
Dalen,
divorce? Why not ask for
unfortunately, we got to go to the next question.
Because y'all don't want to answer the question. Why not ask
What
for
do you
divorce?
mean? He already shared more. He shared more than he had to.
something missing in this household.
Yeah, he shared more than he had to.
Why is that a question to
He's
avoid?
already shared more than he had to.
You don't want to put all his business on front.
You told your
A
wife.
lot of stuff out.
Mike, you don't have to answer anything else
I
personal
know.
about your relationship.
Dalen,
We
it's
we
okay.
appreciate you for sharing as much as you have, bro.
We do appreciate you, Dalen. If it was a woman, I know Anton would have divested in questions.
I know, me too. I'm emotional.
Oh, come on,
definitely,
Q.
because I would have asked her questions too. Why she cheated? Husband comes first.
No,
Like,
if it was a
That's not
woman,
fair.
I would have
Y'all
went as
was
far as I
asking him
went
a
with
lot of
Mike.
questions.
I would have went as far as I went with Mike, and then I would have told her to put her number in the back chat.
Anton, you are full of it.
No, so I can get. We can have a personal conversation.
Oh,
Because I want to help. No. It's because I want to help. It ain't because I'm. See y'all. See where y'all mind go.
What? You don't even believe in cheating, Anton. What are you talking about? You are.
That's right. That's why I want to fix you. I want to fix her so that she don't do it again.
Okay,
and you
so
know there's people that say, see where your mind goes, and their mind is there too. But they say,
Correct.
see where your mind goes.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
You know me. I'm the biggest help ever. I help people transition into being a better version. So you acting like she don't know my play. I always
you do help people. I'll give you that. Yes,
you absolutely do. But you do not hold men accountable the same way. It's not about accountability. I think that's a good question. Why do men want to cheat and then confess versus saying, "Hey, I want to have an open marriage," or I want to?
Dalen, we're moving on to the next question.
We gotta go to the next topic.
Dalen missing it, boy. She missing it.
Standing up.
We gotta go to the next topic. It's okay.
Expose, Mike.
Don't snap. We gotta go to the next topic.
No, just go straight to the next topic. We'll get the super chats afterwards. We're gonna go straight to the next topic.
Chris, if you think you're on camera, your camera is black, Chris. So leave and come back. We'll go to the next topic about divorcing the good guy.
I made the extremely tough decision to leave my husband last year after being with him for 21 years. We were married for 8 years. And my ex-husband is not a bad guy, wonderful father. But there were some things that would send people into orbit when I would tell them things. Like, number one, and I'm not exaggerating, my ex-husband did not tell me that he loved me. That sends people into outer space when I tell them that. That was something that I accepted. We'll call it accepted, but now I see it as settling. I had accepted this about him, but what ended up happening is years and years and years of what I will consider emotional neglect, unintentionally. I began to resent him, and there's a few videos that I want to make of things that I've learned, especially with us coming up on 1 year divorced, and what I learned about divorcing the good guy and what a villain that makes you, how hard it is on your kids. I just want this to reach someone going through the same thing or thinking about divorcing the good guy.
So Dayla, why don't you ask her the question? Why she divorced the good guy?
You muted.
This is usually my save a whole cape because I do be caping, but I can't because she said she had a good man and she left. You don't leave a good one. You just gotta move them to a section of your marriage so you don't feel like you need to leave all the benefits of the marriage. That's my personal opinion.
You using me. Okay, I get it now. All right.
What do you get, Anton? I don't believe that getting married and leaving your husband because he's not verbal about saying I love you. Pay attention to his actions. If he's still putting gas in your car without you asking, if he's still changing your oil pan and gasket, all that, if he still brings you flowers just because it's Tuesday, still make love to you like y'all are still teenagers, fine. That's his way of saying I love you.
Now, like y'all still teenagers.
Well, yeah, you fucked as a teenager. It's the most fun.
He wasn't supposed to.
Got all that feminine. You just no, okay.
You just fucking as a teenager. You just fucking the fuck. You're not even really ain't even master that shit.
Well, if you're with your high school sweetheart,
couple of rabbits.
Yeah,
you just fucking the fuck. You're not even really. You trying to prove yourself. I don't feel like I have to prove myself no more.
Well, you shouldn't do that. You should be, if you're going to start in a teenage and high school, then you should be doing it with somebody you see a future with. But whatever. I'm just saying.
Are you serious? In high school?
Too early.
Sit up here and act like, hey, we all went to prom,
What?
I was the COVID year, so I
don't know
didn't get
this,
my
but are you
prom.
married?
Who?
Am I married?
I'll answer that. No.
I'm not married.
Here, hold on, wait. Let me frame the question. I don't want us to get too far off. Are there situations where it's okay to divorce the good guy?
What makes
no?
Yes, because she felt neglected. That woman sounded like she felt neglected.
He didn't just stop saying I love you overnight. Like if he didn't
say yes, Shampoo?
If he wasn't saying I love you, he did that in the beginning of the relationship. He didn't just stop saying I love you. She said the first thing she said was he never said I love you.
Yeah.
Well, when did he stop saying it? Did he stop saying it or did he
No, he never said it.
And she knew at the beginning of
the
She knew at the beginning of the relationship.
He knew that then. So that I think it's all cap. I don't think that that's the reason why she divorced him. I think she found somebody better. She started sleeping with somebody else in the story period. That because you don't leave somebody that is, she said it herself, a good guy. You don't leave a good guy, period. You just don't.
Leave good guys all the time.
All of them tattoos on their hand is not
because they want to be happy.
She said it was because he didn't tell her that he loved her. And it's like, that's not a good enough reason. So she would have to elaborate more than that because she found somebody else that fucked her better. That's what that was.
It's called a rationalization. Rationalization. She made up a reason because there was some other thing that was bothering her.
Women leave good men all the time and they're stupid. And they're the ones that complain that there's no good men out there. You just left one. You're a dumbass. You just left one. What are you talking about? She will be the one that will make a video saying there's no good men out there. And you just left one that you were married to for 20-something years and you had children with him. And that's your only reason? You're a dumbass.
Ain't nothing wrong with leaving a good man every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
I disagree with that.
I guess
feel like there's a shortage of good men. It's very scarce. So if you find yourself one, I think you should keep him.
I don't agree.
That's not what you were saying earlier. Are you saying there's not enough good men? Did I hear you correctly?
It's scarce.
It's scarce.
Scarce.
Now it's scarce. Or has it always been scarce?
I'm just saying. What you mean?
Is it just scarce for this conversation, or has it always been scarce for you?
Oh, Dalen got it out for you because you got the best of her last time.
All I'm saying,
I like a challenge. I like that, and I like talking.
All I'm saying is that we know the nature of men. Not all men are good men. There are some good men. There are some bad men.
But it's the women's fault that they're bad men, right? Because we pushed them away.
Did I say that?
Yes.
I said that it's women's fault that men are bad because they push them away.
No, you said that women push men away.
Women do push men away.
Okay, just wanted
The
to
good
clarify.
men, like in the video,
Like in the video.
Okay.
like
How do we
what we're
define? How do
talking
we
about.
define good men? Like, what's the definition?
Like what we're talking about right now. Women push good men away. She divorced her husband of 21 years, and because he never said I love you, this is what I was talking about earlier. So that means I'm
On the same
consistent, right?
consistency.
I don't think
Right.
so. Okay.
Well,
Dalen, you a mean girl. I didn't know that.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a girl's girl because all women are
You're a
not.
mean. I said a mean girl.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not mean to
who's she
women.
mean to?
Exactly. I have never been rude to Aaliyah at all. This is
A mean girl is
No,
is
it's
a thing. It's a way that they act towards.
it's a core characteristic to treat women like poorly, like you wouldn't treat other women that are in your friend group. I don't treat women bad. I'm not a mean girl at all. That's a bad characteristic.
I disagree with that.
You can't disagree. You're a cheater. You need to hush.
Oh, here, see, mean girl, mean girl.
Oh, it's quiet. Oh, it's quiet. Ain't no back talk. Shut the fuck up.
Mean girl. Here come the mean girl. I told you.
I never cheated on nobody. So that's how kind I am.
That's not the only way to be me. That's the only evidence of being me.
He's a good girl, Dalen. You never cheated on anybody?
Hey, you can have your opinion about it, but you still operate the same way.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of stepping out. You got
Anton,
it's
you
called.
step out. What are you talking about?
It's level setting.
Yeah. I'm going to the store.
I don't think you should step out on a good man.
See, women are big on labels and titles.
You want anything? Like, that's the good one.
Big on labels. You are married. What labels?
That's fine. Call it what you want, but nobody knows the dynamics of it. But if you want to put a blanket statement to it, that's fine with me. But women need to do that.
Did she cry when you was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that means she really loved you. Like, did she cry when she looked happy, like when it was over?
Oh, she got over that shit.
Like a little. I knew it too.
Why do we normalize cheating?
So did I.
Is that the norm nowadays? Why is that?
No, it's not about normalization.
No, not you. I'm just talking about in general.
I want my think about it in general.
Not you.
So we think about it for a second though. In general, we want to look at a relationship and say what the end result is, and we judge it by the end result. But nobody knows the inner workings of how it ended. The inner workings of it.
No, you're right, but I think a choice is a choice, though.
Absolutely, I don't disagree with you. This is no justification for my actions. It's literally that there is so much that happens from point A to point C.
You did, Mike. Stand on it.
Oh, fucking right, I do.
All right,
but
you acting like, you know, because all these girls have been, I wouldn't do it next time. No, you're gonna do it next time too. Tell them you're gonna cheat again.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I stand on my decision that I made, but I'm not gonna sit there and say,
but don't say I'm not gonna cheat because I cheated before. Don't do that sucker shit.
How is that sucker shit?
If you cheated before, you gonna quit smoking if they say you got lung cancer? Keep smoking. I'm gonna stop now. What you think is gonna reverse?
Yo.
Hey, Shampoo, that was the worst analogy ever, bro. That was the worst analogy ever.
You go to take that lung cancer and you say, I'm gonna stop smoking. I'm like, you idiot.
Shampoo stupid, boy.
Never would think somebody be so stupid.
Shampoo, you hilarious, bro.
You better smoke more. Speed up the.
I'm going for the crescendo. I'm trying to get the cancer, baby.
Shampoo, have you ever cheated?
No.
Okay.
No. What's called cheating? Like if I look at somebody and make a mental picture.
That's not cheating. No. I know what cheating is.
I mean, I whack off. Like that.
What? Oh my god!
I pull up Pornhub.
Oh my
Lord. You be letting it fly. You be letting it fly.
Oh man, where?
That shit can be so relaxed. You feel like you ate some French toast. You ready, honey? No, I'm done. Done for the night.
French toast.
Well, we know these three men condone cheating. Does Titus?
Nah, we don't condone. We don't condone cheating. See, me and Anton the only men up here gonna be married. All y'all playing house and shit.
I'll play house. Shoot, I ain't seen.
He talking to the men.
You married?
For what?
All right, so you playing house.
That's fine. We can play house.
Down the line. You gonna go on down?
That's why Dalen is saying like.
Hey, Class, you married?
That's why Dalen's saying. Well, if you cheated, whether you're in a relationship or not, that's because she's applying it to her. She's putting herself in a situation.
Absolutely.
And so that's why she's saying that she holds whoever she's in a relationship with to the same standard as a person that is married.
You can
well, yeah, in any relationship, I don't condone cheating.
No, that's cheating, no, Anton. If you in a relationship with if you got a girlfriend and you cheat on her, you don't gotta be.
It is.
I think that's not.
Yeah, my man would get left, bills paid or not. I'm not dealing with no cheating. I've seen.
Yeah, fucking right. I'm not going for that shit either.
Well, that's on you. I've seen. Well, in a friend. I wouldn't say a friend.
Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go?
Ooh.
Where I'm gonna go?
Where you gonna go?
Well, you know what? That's not anything. That's not nothing I have to worry about. Fortunately.
No. You brought it up. You said if he cheat. I never asked you that. Where you gonna go?
If that does happen, it won't. Hopefully.
Okay, cool. But let's say hypothetically, where you gonna go?
I would have to move into the tiny home my father built for my grandmother years ago and stay there.
So you gonna move in your grandmama's house?
Well, it's like those little tiny homes. Yeah, nobody.
Be a burden to her.
Well,
so basically, you moving back in with your parents.
Well, it's a separate house, but basically, yeah, because he built it. So yeah.
Nobody living there right now, and you just gonna move in there.
Well, yeah.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, Dalen. I mean, come on, man.
What do you expect me to do? Get a box and living on the street?
So y'all got an unlived-in house. Ain't nobody renting it out, nothing. It's just an unlived-in house. It's just sitting there with electricity on and nobody in there.
That's because she's dead, and bless her heart. But
it's still in the house,
and it still has belongings in there. You know, our family photos and old pots and old shit. You know, old women get from the thrift store. He would definitely turn the electricity back, or if he hasn't used it for something else, I would talk to my dad and I would, Daddy,
Dalen, stop. You're not going nowhere.
Why you don't fix it up and rent it out?
No, the reason why I would is because women have taken men back for cheating and then wonder why they coochie hurt. Wonder why they.
You're not going nowhere, man. Y'all be capping, bro. Y'all not going nowhere.
I take because of the profession that I'm in and just being a woman, period. I don't play about sexual health and I don't play about how men cheat. Like it's not
you. That's you. It's not the majority. I watch more.
Bro. I've seen too much. I've done
that in the past. I've stayed with someone that's cheated on me in the past. But you see, did it work out for you? No.
We know.
No, it didn't. So
I'm with you, David. They got to go. Out of here.
Mimi, stop. Because you trying to put yourself, first of all, in the same conversation as Dalen. And y'all circumstances is different. Dalen is happy to try to sell us on the idea that she's 100% dependent on him. Well, in that case, where the fuck you gonna go?
90%, because fortunate for me, we were talking about this earlier, I have my daddy. And he loves me, and I love him
so
too.
You're gonna go back with your parents, like I said.
That's what I said, absolutely, and get back on, my feet and move on.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that.
I can't do that. I can't risk you bringing me home something or risking a woman. You tell her I'm gonna leave that bitch. She country and loud, and she talk too much anyway.
I don't believe in. Honestly, above the age of like 27. Above the age of 27, I just don't believe in committed relationships. It's just like, if he like you that much, if he love you that much, then why the fuck he ain't marrying you? I'm just like, that's my whole sentiment. It's like, it's bullshit. It's a fake.
I can answer that. We have agreed. I've already picked out my ring. It's opal. But
how you gonna pick out your ring?
The hell? That's weird as hell.
Because he asked. It's been talked about that we want to be in a particular.
You begging him to marry you?
You already living together.
I want to live because we caught you with a bum in your house some months back, and then you
how?
Where?
Shots fired.
Relax.
I never seen nobody in her house.
I never said anything about begging because I get up every day and I'm
if you going
no
and
fun.
picking a ring,
I'm fortunate
you asking
enough
him
wake
to
up
marry
and
you.
have a roof over my head, and because things can change, you know, so he could get hurt or whatever the
No,
hell.
when she said you got caught with a bum in your house, you ain't saying nothing.
No, shampoo. I'm not
I don't
even
know what you're talking about.
I'm not. Hold on, we'll circle back.
Jalen Cabin, but it's cool.
We've
Come
had
on.
conversations. We want to make sure we're in a particular
Jalen
tag
Cabin.
before we actually get married, because we understand the importance of a contractual agreement. And we want to make sure we are equally yoked. Y'all know I'm getting back on my.
You already living with him.
I know, but it was conversations.
Talking about I want to make sure I'm equally yoked.
We want to make sure.
Because this is the problem again, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because you wanted to hold Mike accountable.
No, I didn't.
You want to hold
you
all
did.
these people
I didn't ask you why you cheated.
Nah, your questions
You
was
got
obvious.
all of these standards, but you playing
still sitting there
house.
looking crazy because you don't want to say why. But go ahead, Anton. I'm sorry.
I have to say why.
No. You got all of these standards that you holding everybody else accountable to, but you're playing house.
I did not hold him accountable. I really wanted to know what makes a man make a commitment and say, instead of divorcing my wife, because maybe that's something I should be on the lookout for, so I can understand that.
Wait. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying. You moved in with a nigga that you're trying to figure out if y'all equally yoked.
I didn't say that. I said we're getting back. I told y'all and I made it to y'all. I don't know if y'all remember that I veered from my faith, and that's a no-go for him. So I had to walk back into my faith to make sure that we are equally aligned. And these are conversations that we're having. Most women play house, and the men ain't even taking care of them. They aren't even talking about it.
But you're still living. You're still living with him, trying to find your faith.
Hold on. Let's stop.
I'm not ashamed to say that. Just like I did not.
Let's hold on for a second. So he's a spiritual guy.
Religious. I don't know if that's the same thing, religious or spiritual.
Okay, so what religion is he a part of? What does he believe?
Baptist, I believe. Yeah, Baptist.
Okay, so he a Baptist.
I grew up Methodist.
I know Baptists don't believe in shacking up.
Well, see, that's another thing. A lot of Christians, they
want No. We ain't say Christians. We said Baptists.
Okay.
Baptists don't believe in shacking up. And he's holding you accountable for getting yourself together spiritually. So how does that make sense?
Well, maybe it doesn't, but that's our relationship to figure it out.
Well, then how does it make sense? How does it make sense for her to shack up and she's and he's Baptist? How does it make sense for him to shack up with her and he's Baptist? Like,
so we're both sinning, and we're both.
If he says sorry to God, God is gonna forgive him.
I guess he said, he do say repent and stuff like that, and he's getting me back.
But God is not a sucker like that you could just say sorry and still get your pleasure.
This is a contradiction.
What's the contradiction, Mike? I think you have it out for me because you think I had it out for you when all
No. It's going really. It's really just based off of, okay, you're trying to find your faith. You're living with a man you're not married to.
Correct.
Then you also said you also were with a man that cheated on you, but you deviated from your faith, and this man is expecting you to stay within your faith.
Yes.
But yet, I mean, how does that? And then, but also at the same time, you even admitted that you're living in sin.
Yeah.
A saint is just a sinner who fell down, and I have.
Oh my God, she quoted the song.
You see what happens when you try to hold other people accountable.
But I received that, but you need to hush because we're gonna get back to your bum in a minute. But
see, that's the problem. I'm not justifying what I did, though.
I'm just playing with you. Don't get so serious.
I'm not justifying what I did.
One mic, y'all. One mic, please.
It absolutely makes no sense. How could I ever ask a married or a previous married man why he did what he did, even if I just wanted understanding, not to like be shady or condescending? I get what you're saying. How can she ask that when she's playing house? She's living with a man whom has yet to marry her. I get it. And he's
are you requiring him to marry? Have you guys is this a plan?
He went and picked
because you said you
gotta answer that, Dylan.
I said that earlier. We already had our discussion.
Well, Mike did.
It's proven. It's been discussed that I do want to spend the rest of my life with you. He said that. I've said that, and we have determined that we're going to do this thing called life together. But we want to make sure we are aligned with what we want. He wants to be in a particular tax bracket. So do I. I agree. and we're just gonna wait.
Already living together.
I know
that's
that.
what I'm having a problem with.
I know,
It's like,
I understand that, and you were in your rights to say, you know what, well, Daylin, that really doesn't make sense, and that is the.
Why do you don't say I'm sinning? I need to stop. Why you keep sinning and sinning and sinning?
Because in this,
it feels good, right, man?
Because I can't be the representation of what you all and what everybody else.
No, that's not it. That's not the implication.
This is
That's
your
not the
standards.
implication.
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that's not the implication.
And why you letting them off giving you an opal? Why you don't get a diamond?
Everybody wants a diamond shampoo. It's 2025.
Yeah, that's what you said.
You are not requiring. The problem is that you make you make points about what I did. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. Label it, call me whatever you want. But my point is this, though.
Yes.
You are now living with a man who you are not requiring marriage from at the moment. Regardless of what you guys talked about, you're not requiring marriage from him. So you're still living with him.
I'm not. What do you
mean? No, that's why he already getting the milk.
No,
the marriage is on him. I can't force that.
You are not requiring it. No. It has nothing to do with him.
I got two questions.
I mentioned this earlier about moving intentionally, and you're not moving intentionally.
I got two questions, and then y'all got it.
That I'm not intentional about.
Hold on, wait. I got two questions. Okay, ain't opal like soap?
Yeah.
What?
That's some garbage.
It's different. Some of my friends say it's ugly. Some people say you'll change your mind. You may want a emerald ring, even though green is ugly. You may want something else. I
don't care about that. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. I'm just trying to understand what it looked like. It looked like soap, though, right?
Yeah, like that. It got some veins in it.
All right. So I don't care about that.
And that
shit got their own
preferences. That shit
people got their preferences. All right. This is what I have. What I got a question about.
Yes.
Why should he marry you when he already living with you?
Oh, that should be a question for him.
That's a good question.
No, it's a question for you.
That's a question for you.
About a man's position. Maybe ask me.
No, you moved in with him.
Okay.
You depend on him.
Yes.
What I'm asking you is why would he marry you, and what's the point if he already getting everything he need out of you?
Because his parents were married, his grandparents are still married. And he's already acknowledged that he didn't do it the way they did it. They got married. His parents and his grandparents had their children, had him and his sister, and he veered from that. So it's like just like any other person who deviates from their faith or their religion, and they want to say, "Hey, I think things are."
The only reason he should marry you is because of his tradition, not because there's any additional. Wait. Not because there's any additional value that you can bring that he already is not getting.
No, he would want to marry me because that's his decision. I don't bring up the conversation. He does because that's all I can do.
I guess my point is that if you already given him everything, what's the point of getting married?
Well, I have not given. I mean, when I look at it, I have not given him a child.
That's it.
But you already give.
I know
he lay right on top of you every night. What the fuck? What you talking about?
So what does that mean? That mean have to get pregnant? That's my decision.
No, if you're giving your body to him, you're giving your body to him.
He pulls out, Anton.
Like premarital sex, we've already done that. Every single one of y'all have been cracked by something.
No. This ain't about me. This ain't about them. This ain't about nobody else.
Like seriously,
this is you. Listen. Everybody has got their own standards. That's the thing.
Yes, that is true.
You are communicating a standard that you have, but you are not living the standard that you're holding everybody else accountable to.
I did not hold
which is basically you. I'm trying to figure out how you can hold other people accountable for something you're not being accountable to.
I don't appreciate the premise of your question because I was not holding.
Doesn't matter if you appreciate it or not.
That's how Mike.
The question is, according to what you say the standard is, how are you living this life?
What did I say the standard
with no standards?
What did I say the standard was?
What's the difference? All right, what's the difference between you and a chick that a dude can call over at 3:00 in the morning? You already there.
When she can't pay her light bill, she just gotta light some candles.
What's the difference? So you telling me that the difference is that you can let you in-house pussy, and you basically can benefit off the fact that he could take care of you. He just don't got no paperwork.
I've heard the opposite. You know, people say in-house dick, in-house pussy. That's just tacky language because you're reducing the relationship people have. But
it is a reduction because at any point he can say
it ain't marriage,
and he don't have no obligation to you.
And I'm aware of that. But you see
and
how
if he was to pass away tomorrow, God forbid, you don't get nothing.
Absolutely.
You can't even be on his health. He can't even put you on his healthcare coverage.
You know, and I think I spoke to that earlier. Like anything could happen to him. He hurt his back.
Well, now think about that for a minute.
Then why aren't you demanding?
You giving up box and you pretending to be married to a nigga that can't even put you on his healthcare.
I don't pretend to do anything.
All these women do that. That's not.
I am grateful to be in a relationship in which someone loves and cares.
He can't put you on his healthcare coverage.
Excuse me?
If you was to get sick, he can't even help you at the doctor. You don't get no healthcare coverage. You don't get nothing.
That is something to consider. If something were to happen to him, I don't have a say so because we are not legally married. If we want to separate and there are things in the household you purchase, I purchased, I totally get that. But I feel comfortable enough knowing that so many women are in these long-term relationships, and the conversation of marriage, they can't even get their man to admit to them, can you see you spending the rest of your life with me?
Did he put you as a beneficiary?
You know, we actually had the conversation.
You got a lot of conversations.
Listen.
Has he ever proposed to you?
I know that nigga probably mad at me right now. Like, damn, this nigga Anton is running the third degree. You don't even got no life insurance on him. Like, if anything was to ever happen, you gonna be doing a fish fry shit.
Oh,
like no, and the reason that I'm having this conversation is because I want people to realize what situation that they in.
Yeah,
to raise their fucking standards.
This is not something that I haven't considered.
She's getting married though, Anton.
One of the reasons why I follow you and I listen to you so much and I defend you when people say, "Why you listen to that bald head motherfucker? He's so this," and I'm like, no, he can be pretentious sometimes, but overall, he absolutely knows what he's talking about, and he's one of the few people we can say on these platforms that have.
I hope that whoever is saying that, they got to have at least a $17 million net worth to even mention my name.
And you know what? I'm not against that. These are individuals who, control on the internet and have their critique about people that make comments.
Broke niggas. I get it.
I don't negate anything that you're saying. I know
I don't take into consideration what broke niggas say. So
that's totally fine. But I absolutely hear you and what you're saying. It absolutely makes sense. But I think I'm content with knowing that we're having conversations to know exactly what we're going to provide for one another when we take that step. And I get it. We're already shacked up. We're already pretending, I guess, like we're married, and we haven't solidified.
Let me ask you a question. Do you find
that's fair, Mr. Marsh? Because I asked you a fair question. Never answered, but I will answer your question, Mr. Marsh.
Yeah, one more question, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Good preference to I like that preface. But however, do you see a contradiction? Do you see any contradiction? Listen, you can say yes or no. You don't have to go any further. But do you see any contradiction on you holding me accountable versus how you are currently living?
Well, see, if you ask the question appropriately, then I could. But you are making the assumption that I was holding you accountable, and I want you to take this seriously because I was one of the people.
Let me give you. Hold on.
You know that I was sorry to hear that you are divorced because that is a tragedy.
That's fine.
And I was not trying to throw you under the bus or hold you accountable. I wanted to know.
I want you to know that I'm not offended. I just want to ask this is the reason why people. This is the reason why people would assume that you were probably holding me accountable. That's probably why Anton was going in on you. The reason is.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. However, you begin to ask the question about the inner workings of, well, Mike, you were a married man and you took vows and you did all this and you were supposed to hold yourself and her to a higher standard. You took vows. How could you cheat on her? Asking all these questions, which
don't forget the commitment with Jesus part. Don't forget that.
Going before God.
Don't forget that part.
Yes, all of that. That includes all of it, right?
That those statements offended you. I do apologize.
No. You're not offending me. I think what Anton was trying to achieve, is that the very questions is also you're almost like making a statement. How can you, Michael, as a godly man, stand before God and Jesus Christ, make a vow with your vows and cheat on the woman? How can you do all these things? But however, your very life and the things that you claim, because you said you were falling out of faith, you were living in sin, you were not demanding marriage. Do you not see a contradiction at all?
What you're doing now, you're still speaking from a position of saying, you know what, Dalen, I think we're asking these questions to be condescending. And I'm telling you that my line of questioning or me asking is because when people say you get married, it's something serious and it's something to uphold to a high standard because it's outside of just a commitment. You are in a contractual relationship, and people do say if you don't have God in your marriage, what is it? It's just a piece of paper. So the reason why I use those terms, God, the contract, and all of that, is because that is how men and women say, this is for sure how I know I am dedicated.
So because you're currently not married, does a principle of that apply to your situation?
So y'all asking me questions is absolutely appropriate. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. That's why I'm engaging and not taking.
By the way, Mike, I think when she was asking the questions before, to give her the benefit of the doubt, I'm trying to my best to understand both points of view. I think she was maybe asking the questions because she sees herself potentially being in the situation of being married in the future, and she's trying to find out what to prevent or how to prevent the situation from ending that way. But the way she asked it might have came off aggressive.
That's why.
It's the word choice. It was the premise of the question. The specific word choice she chose to use gave off a premise that she was making an assumption that he was a bad man in his relationship and she was a good woman. It was her word choice.
Yeah. So I think she had good intentions when she asked it, but she just asked it maybe a little bit too aggressive.
And I can acknowledge that, Titus, and I absolutely can, because we know how I can get. I'm a little, edgy, but I want you to know, Mr. Marsh, because I don't lead with that. Because when I ask a question, it's not too many married men, that I can come across outside of my father that I can ask, hey, because I don't know if my father ever cheated or anything, but it was admitted here. What would possess a man, or what happens if you say, I'm going to step out of my marriage? If it got to that point, I would hope that if my husband felt that he wanted to do that, that he would come to me and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Or
no, it don't work.
So you're again, I go back. I use the expression of being idealistic, right? Because idealistic is in a perfect world, before you even commit any sin, before you do anything wrong, I'm going to think about A, B, C and go through the whole process and make sure I make the best possible decision before I make the worst possible decision. I mean, that's easy to draw that conclusion, but you all know, just like the premise of this question, are there situations where it's okay to divorce good guys? Think about the mindset of a woman from point A, B, Z, all the way up to Z, how she allowed herself to start thinking, why it'd be a good idea to get rid of a good guy, because of all the interdynamics and interworkings of that relationship that caused her to get to that point. So you can ask the question.
That either that I can't defend a woman that can tell me that her man is a good man. We don't know what or what qualities checks off as a good man. We just have to take her word for it that good is a good man, and leaving him doesn't make any sense. So I never agreed with that. And I still think that you're not understanding that me questioning you or asking you was truly curiosity. I want to know.
But I also add that. I want
my husband to say, Daylin, I want a divorce. Bitch, you talk too much. Or something like that. You know what I mean? Or
from my point of view, though,
or something like that.
You just got to know, Dalen, when you get married, you just got to know one thing.
Yes, sir.
That it's all downhill from there.
Shampoo, you're married. What are you talking about?
No, and I'm just joking. But what I'm saying is, it's not always going to be sparky. It's like the first hit of crack. Yeah, like that shit is beautiful. Like it's like, whoa, and you chasing that, and then it goes in stages. It's just a beautiful thing. But it goes in stages. Don't think, oh, he don't love me because we don't do this like we used. Don't get all into the songs. The real life, that's how it happens when you get married. It doesn't get better.
All right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait, let me get to super chats. Ooh. AWOL says, you can't help what you can't control. Women give up their rights and allow men to take control. Then we can hold simps and promiscuous women accountable. It will take 75 plus years to fix this. Sniper says, Dylan is so mean. Be nice, lady. Sniper again says, women love to say bills paid or not, then end up begging on TikTok and OnlyFans. Ambush Smashes says, Dalen, you sound so delusional. Planning to circle back to your parents' house in your 40s after a failed relationship is insane. Sniper said, forgiveness is not absolution. It only has meaning if you actually change. Sniper says, Dalen, mouth run like a hybrid car. Ronald says, Grand Rising Kings and Queens. Men out here collapsing like wet cardboard. No grit, no leadership. This is manhood. Give the crown to the woman. They're the only ones actually holding the line. What? Sniper says, shut up, Ronald. And shout out to everybody that's watching, tuning in. We appreciate you guys here on this Monday night. We're going to go through the panelists so they can shout out their channels if you want to follow them, stalk them, or message them. We'll start with you, Mimi.
Oh, I'm our heart Mimi B on TikTok and also on IG. You can follow me here on YouTube too.
Okay. Kendrick?
Just Kenny __ cave on IG.
Okay. Chris, you there? Your screen's black. Well, she's not there, but she's tuning in from England, so she might be asleep.
Wow.
Yeah, she's in England. Titus?
Yeah, follow me at Titus GZZ Instagram for tech needs, apps, websites, all the good stuff.
Okay. And Mike?
Yeah, you can follow me on Built by Bricks Fitness for any fitness needs, personal training. Also on Facebook, where I also post fitness things and also real estate.
Okay. Aaliyah?
Y'all don't have to follow me. I'm good. I'm just here. I like to be here. It's fun.
Shampoo?
Yeah, I'm on Ask Shampoo on YouTube, and it's good to be alive.
Mm-hmm. And Dalen?
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, sweetheart.
Sorry, y'all. Y'all can follow me below on Instagram at Tenderoni. Watch me cook for my family and plan. I'm not a content creator. I just create content. And Mr. Marsh, before we leave, I want to say I enjoyed the conversation in the panel, and I don't have any hard feelings or didn't mean any disrespect. You too, Aaliyah.
Oh, good.
Shout
I'm
out
about
to
to say, girl.
you know I love you. Shout out to
Until next time, if you're interested in coming to the panel, don't forget you guys have to DM me. Just say panel, because if you message me other things, you will be ignored. And I'm letting new people come on here. So don't multiple DM me or call me. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.